Gravekipper, the Super Chuffer. It's midnight, it's always midnight. This is your right ear and your left ear. I've got the slightly scuffed green screen going on a little bit still. Slightly scuffed. But that will be fixed soon. We didn't order the curtains yesterday, did we? We forgot to do that. I've got to measure curtains. Got to measure the curtains. But we're playing Genshin Impact. And we're over in the desert because, get this, I've got to go over, as part of the event, I've got to go over there and I've got to do some running around chasing some balloons and stuff. So we're going to do that. And we might have considered going back down under Inankoinomiya. It seems quite a big thing. And I'm still just quite getting over the COVID, to be honest. I'm still just getting over it, to be honest. So I don't know. We might run 3 hours today, but I don't know if I feel like head switched on for big stuff. So maybe we might just pick up some of these stories. We've only got a couple of story quests left, and this one, I think I'm accidentally halfway through it anyway. So I might pick up a couple of story quests. Chilling. It's a Sunday. Let's start as we mean to go on with some. I don't know what you call this. I don't know what you call it. It's balloon shenanigans. Basically. Is that a ruin chuffer over there? We can't have that ruin chuffer over there. We're going to be doing our balloon shenanigans, mate. Right, I'll have to kill the ruin chuffer. All of you. Hurrah! Might hurt a little. Smash your head off with the thing, mate. Where's Chuffer running over, look? He's come over to help his buddies out.
With sword comes shadow.
Smash your head off with the thing. I wonder if the ruin Chuffer will kill him.
I let my guard down.
I'll kill him.
Rain outlines your thick.
Commit to memory. Make yourselves at home.
Make yourselves at home.
Let me weave you a verse. Don't blink.
Didn't do the sound check. Hang on. Didn't do the sound check. And my Genshin screen, it's got a line on the bottom. Genshin Impact. Why have you got a line on the bottom, you chuffer? And then I didn't do a sound check. 1, 2. And then I didn't. Yeah, that's alright. Oh, that's alright.
Cut to the chase.
Pow! Now that we have been face to face. Arnold Schwarzenegger doesn't do that line. I know, but now that we have been face to face, you are going down. The question is, do you feel lucky, punk? Well, do you? Arnold Schwarzenegger doesn't do that line. Yeah, well, he's still a leading actor. Look, this is match. This is it. Configure my. Could have that if you want. Magic. I've been magic down here, and I'm gonna see. I'm gonna. You know what I think of this, don't you? Or if you don't, I'll tell you. I fucking hate it. I don't like the time pressure. I'm not Mario. It's like 3D Mario, this is. I'm playing Genshin Impact, mate. I'm currently in special challenge mode. And now I've pulled it down from the top. No. Look, the top of the screen now. Come on, Genshin Impact. What's going on with you today? It wants to fit at the top or the bottom, but not both. Right, I'll shrink you down then. Yeah? Alright, Genshin Impact. You chuffer. And then... Like, that's alright now, isn't it? At the top and the bottom. Pixels. Right, I shouldn't have done that, because now I'm confused. Get the balloons, it says. Ah. Well, down here they are. They are. Here they are. What? Get them as quick as possible. I understand the concept, but why they go back up there? What? This has gone wrong. For me, it feels like it's going wrong. These are timed balloons. They seem to go off in 2 directions. As As long as you get like 35 out of 40, I think they just let you have that. How am I supposed to get over there? Right. 28 of 40. I missed all of them. And again, look, missing them all on the way back. Feel like I got cheated a little bit there. Let's hit them on the way up. No, hit none of them. Come on. 34. Ooh, 34. What are the scores on the doors? 34. That's close. It's not close enough. 20 seconds to catch this balloon, otherwise it's a fail. How do you get up there? No, it's a fail. I have to fly down from the top. 10 seconds. I'm not getting up there in 10 seconds. Come on. No. I can't even jump over that. Forget it. What are they doing up there? There's a pinger. Too late. Challenge ended. You didn't get all the things. So now you've got to come back here and press it again and start again. Go through it all over again. Just for one balloon. It's like playing Sonic or something. What are they trying to say? Right, I won't make this mistake again. I'll jump straight down here. Ignore the ones on the stairs. I can always come up the stairs. It was this that troubled me. There were balloons down here. And frankly, what are those non-balloons doing hanging in the air over there? That's confusing. Right, I've done that. Now I'm going to do these. And I know that I'm taking the pinger back up, and I'm damn well collecting all the balloons as I do. Watch this. Come on, every balloon now. T, I'm pressing the T button. Chuffer. Come on. Every balloon on the way up. No, none of the balloons on the way up. That's fine. It's fine. I can press this and go around again. For the second time. Which I'm sure is it's the intended mechanics. And then I've still got a minute on the clock. No one needs to stress now. Back up here. Feel like I'm going back on myself at the end, but what the hell. Maybe that wasn't the correct route, but there's 40. Challenge ended. Leave it alone, never come back. Apparently I'm not even welcome there. What? Why did it leave me here with them attacking me? Fuck off. What am I doing down here with them attacking me? Oh, he's woke up.
Trouble?
No, I wasn't. I was just here for balloons. Oh my god. This is all kicked off. What the they've fallen off. Look, they've fallen off. Fuck them. I'll investigate. Just have a quick... I'm going to quickly investigate here. I've just done an investigation, mate. Over cabbages. Pocket watch. I was investigating the pocket watch. Let's get out of here. Let's get way out of here. Fucking nutters. Well aggro. Well aggressive. All I was doing was down there for the balloons. Right, so... I don't know why it's saying that. One player super chuffer, current world population 1. Return to single player. What? Confirm. I'm not in multiplayer mode. Across the wilderness. Event details. Sand glider. They're all achieved. See, they're all achieved. I've had to do all of them. Just leaving it alone now. I don't want to do any more of them. When it comes to the questionnaire, I'm going to give it them. What are they doing making me chase balloons? That's been done. Cleared out the event shop. Test run in progress. Not complete. We can do that. Might want to do that. We're up to date on the card game sort of thing. We're picking off the side quests, aren't we? Hello, Crawl. Did you see the message on Discord? No, I'm an idiot. Why? Hang on, what the fuck's happening? Close. Fortnite has opened up. What the fuck? How has Fortnite opened up? Close Fortnite. Yeah, I want to exit Fortnite. Surprised my computer can handle it. With that in mind, I'll look on Discord. No, it won't go just showing it on the screen, I don't think. I'll just open up Discord. I haven't really been on the computer today. I'll put it on just to listen to some... Well, I can hear myself twice. That must be Discord. And I'm this good at it. My stream server? General, maybe? Oh, look, the figures. Look at the figures. All right, you know about these figures. It's not just there's several factors that determine the cost. The popularity of the series, the amount of pieces, the company that puts the seal on it, whether it's official or not. All right, right. So you actually get like proper collector's items from the official good people that make them, not just some cheap knockoff stuff. And Bob enjoyed the rap. Although when I watched it back, the rap was out of sync. Like when I was listening to it in my headphones, it was all in sync, but it was out of sync. So I might want to play the rap again just so that you can hear it with it all being in sync. Look, the Discord's all right. I like the Discord. Look, that's interesting. I don't use Discord as much. I don't like have it standing open on my thing all the time. But you don't know a lot, but it's something you're looking to try to get ones to buy. My sister, just for the for the whole, in case you didn't watch yesterday, we're talking about Genshin Impact statues and things of this nature. That's what we're talking about. And my sister, I don't know much about this, right? Again, Funko Pop. See, I spelled it wrong. Funko Pop. My sister's got a few of these. Like Funko Pops. I've got no idea. I've got no idea about them. There's one of the Queen. You're fucking kidding me. Not only is she dead, but you get her as Funko Pop. It's 15 quid. I might buy that now. Then I can be in the club, can't I? Do you think that's the... Oh, it's 15 quid and free returns, so you can't go wrong. You know, if you get it and you just think, fuck this, I don't want it, I'm sending it back. Oh, look, there's a different coloured one. There's the pink, £37, more popular. Go for the green, less popular, more rare. My Ganji Kid colours of green. Not this lime green, but it's only 15 quid. I mean, I mean, honestly, in my normal life, there's no way I'm throwing away £15 on a piece of shit like this. But because this is not like my normal life, maybe I'd consider it. I don't know. I'm going to add it to the basket, and I'm just turning that off in case it shows my basket and my details or whatever. What have I got in the basket at the moment? Only 5 left in stock. I don't care how many are left in stock. I care how much is in my basket. 1 item. All right, let's do the basket then. This is the worst thing I've ever done in my life. I'll give it to my sister as a present. Then it'll be better. Then it stirs some purpose, and at least it's a good thing. Like, if it's just me doing it for myself, oh my god! When I scroll down, it says related to items you viewed, and it's showing me these things I viewed. This is bad. This is really bad. Let me show you this. This is really bad now. The things I viewed recently on the on the thing here include a Ferrari jumper that I was going to buy for a gift, some AirPods, like for your ears, and then I obviously didn't buy the AirPods, just they've come up. But the pillows have come up, the Naked Woman pillows, they've come up, so that's particularly bad. Now that I've viewed them, in fact, I'm going to revise the way, I'm not going to look on Amazon anymore today. I'm going to revise the way I look on Amazon. I'm going to have to open a new window with an Amazon that's not logged in or something, that or a different account, because I'm going to be viewing a load of weird shit on the internet, and the purposes are making internet videos, not fucking up my Amazon listing, making me like they'll be sending the police round. Do you know what I mean? They'll have labelled me as some sort of pillow muncher. That's what it is. He's a pillow munching pervert. At least I don't order anything. Anyway, so the other options is, I wonder if there's another shopping. Oh, Amazon's the shopping one, isn't it? Can I do Amazon Anonymous. Could I do an anonymous? Watch Anonymous on Amazon. No, Amazon's Anonymous. A book addict. That's not what I'm looking for. Browse Amazon anonymously. That's what I want to do. Anyway. Yeah, we could get into, maybe a different way to look at it would be to get into the most expensive collectible models. They have to be like models, yeah? What do you call them? Is models the right word? Because models will include cars and other shit like this. Like when I think of models, these are die-cast models of cars, and they're going to come collectible because they'll be in the film, or they'll be really old, or they'll be the first one ever made of XYZ, and that's not what I'm talking about. You know, that's a different market entirely. I wonder what the official terminology for these things are. Action figures. They're not really action figures though, because action figures, like, you run around and pose and play with, and I don't think these things are designed to be played with, are they? They're designed to just be sat there and stay there. Like, look at that. Is that... Don't tell me that's expensive, because I had that one as a kid and my mum sold it in a jumble sale. Every time I see these things, it'll make me cross. Because there was so much stuff that I had when I was a kid, and my mum sold it all in a jumble sale. I was really angry about it. Like, under my nose when I was away, took all my old childhood toys and sold them all in a jumble sale for 50 pence and 10 pence. And, like, that's bad, because they were worth money. And they're like, not just because they're worth money, but they're almost all my toys. Like, that was bad in many ways. It was really a foolish thing to do, and it makes me angry. Like, there's one I definitely had all the wrestler figures. I used to collect them. I used to want all the wrestler figures if I could. So, don't tell me they're expensive these days. I used to have some Star Wars as well. I had him. He was one of my favourites. I had him. I didn't have his weapon still. That had gone by the wayside. But... I do not want to consent to these chuffing things, thank you. Zodiac. $15. Oh, that's fine. $15. Manny faces. Manny faces. Manny faces. Manny faces. $15. Well, that's fine. That's like a tenner. I mean, it's ridiculous that she sold them for like 50p and they're worth like 5 times that, but 5 I don't know, 10 times 50p would be a £5, like 20 times 50p, 10 50s sounds quite a lot. She didn't get her money's worth. Figma are the mobile ones. It's reminding me again, right? I'll say this. It's reminding me again of, check this out. Royal Dalton figurines. Can't even spell. These are Royal Dalton figurines, and they were quite popular as collector's items. They were made of china. Cash in the attic sort of business now, isn't it? You know? But it's reminding me of that in a way. It's not as popular these days, is it, Royal Dalton? But they still sell on the collectible websites here. You said, what am I looking for? Figma. I'll just write Figma. This is Figma.com. This won't be what it is, will it? This will be something different. That's something different. Web design. Figma Japan, maybe. This is Ecosia I'm looking at. Alright, here we go. Figma, the Japanese action figure line. Action figure, they're calling it. Action figure. Figma, the official site. PVC action figures. That's what we're calling it. Action figures. So they are action figures, like, in the same way as my old Star Wars toys and my old He-Man figures. I suppose they are, aren't they? It's just I don't see them, when I see them advertised, posed and stuck on a plinth. Like, I never considered to put my He-Man figure on a plinth, did I, son? That's Fluted Armor PS5. Is that Dark Souls? Oh, that's fucking interesting, that one. It comes with giant sword as well. That looks really cool. I don't know if it comes with a giant sword. That actually looks really cool. Who's this? She's Woman Zelda. From the game Princess Connect Redive. Which I've never fucking heard of. So, that's Woman Zelda, I'm calling her. Japanese video game. Role-playing. Mobile. On the Google App Store. That's weird to me that a mobile game on the Google App Store, just, the concept sounds to me so... Oh, look, it's got an IMDb and everything. Mobile game Google App Store ends up with their Figma characters. Like, it's a different market, it's a different world, isn't it, that I'm used to. Anime gacha. And you get your characters. It's not Star Wars. Oh, look, there's Samus. That can't be legit though, can it? Nintendo haven't said okay to that, have they? From the Nintendo Switch game Metroid Dread comes the main character Samus Aran, and it looks good. Is that real, like legit, or have they just done what they want? Do they just do what they want? These chuffers make it up as they go along. Do you need the license? Does it make a difference in collecting circles if you do have the license? I wonder. This is a particular company though, isn't it? This is Figma, the official. So you're guessing that they've probably got the license? Maybe for Japan. Maybe they've got the license for Japan. How do you go left and right on the scroll? You can't. Oh, fucking hell. I've hit gold. I found the jackpot. This is Fizz Nozomi Tojo cheerleader version. She's got roller skates on as well, so she might be able to get away quicker. Roller skating, posable cheerleader from famous Love Live School Idol Festival. This is only 5,000 yen, so I'm going to have to translate that as well. 5,000 yen. Let me see. First of all, what is the Live Love School Idol Festival? I don't want to be typing this into my Google app. It's on Google Play again. I'd be surprised. I'm always thinking these are going to be like games that you might see on Switch or on your PC, but they're not. They're apps for your phone. Look. More than 53 million players worldwide enjoy this Japanese anime music rhythm game, featuring over 100 playable songs. The difficulty can be adjusted to suit you. Play through the live shows, read stories about many interesting and unique characters, join in events, and create and strengthen your own team of school idols. So that's what that's about. I can see the appeal. AKB48 were like that, weren't they? The old Japanese supergroup of, it's all young girls, and sometimes they're even dressed as schoolgirls. And then you get to control your own one in your phone. And there is a game associated with it, I suppose. Like, I don't know what the game looks like. They never show you. Oh, there it is, probably. It's probably that. I don't know. Like, it's a music rhythm game, so you just tap in your phone in sync. For the competitive part, due to players spending thousands of dollars to rank each event, 3 out of 5. 4 out of 5 if you just play for free and don't care about collecting or events. Some bugs that you address to tech support won't be resolved fast. By the time they resolve it, you'll have lost interest in the game. Played for 2 years and did spend quite a bit. Fun rhythm game on the free part. The fandom inside of me might have killed it for myself. It can be addicting, says a Google user. KTD says it's a fun game overall. My only complaints are with the control layout. Wherever I receive a notification, the pop-up will cover the 2 idols, making me miss any notes for those 2 positions. In a similar vein, anytime I go out of the app, even by accident in the middle of a song, if the app will restart, there's no going back to that song that you were playing. There you go. If you want to buy the doll, that's going to set you back nearly it's 5,900. We'll call it 6,000 yen. So Google me that. 6,000. He doesn't want me to write thousand. He wants me. It's £37. Oh, it's nothing. I thought 6,000 sounded like a lot. It's only £37. The pound is rising against the yen. That looks good, doesn't it? It's only because we tanked it so hard earlier in the year. 60. It's £30, £40. Buy 2 of them. Don't buy any of them. It's a waste of money, and it's made of plastic, so it'll end up in the sea, choking a seagull, choking a. This will end up. You'll find a sea turtle with one of these lodged in its jaw. You'll be like, oh, that's cute in a way. In a way, it's cute. In another way, it's brutal and savage. I suppose in Japan they might just fish it up and eat the fucker. That's not being sexist against Japan. That's true, isn't it? They eat things like that out there. This one hasn't even got a proper face. She's got like face, computer face. Actually, these are actually dolls. I'd call them dolls. What about other figures? Because you had one of them, and one of them was a chuffer with a fucking. Oh, here we go. Here we go. One of them was a chuffer with a set of armor and shit, wasn't it? So they might have some. This is Moderoid. I should be watching the anime Brave Riding more often. Let's find out what that is. Brave. Did I mean Brave Riding? No, I didn't. I just copied and pasted it, mate. So I think they'd get it right. Do you not think they'd get it right? No, they didn't. They didn't get it right. That's what I did mean. It's an anime, Super Robot anime series. Only gets a 6.5 out of 10 on IMDb. So I haven't got the time in my life to watch things that are not even a 7. But on the other hand, this looks surprisingly like Optimus Prime, for my liking. He shoots a fucking bow and arrow. Optimus Prime doesn't shoot a bow and arrow, so get that out of your head already. It's not anything like Optimus Prime. Now it's going to transform into a vehicle. It's not. I told you it was nothing like Optimus Prime. Get that out of your head already. Optimus Prime doesn't shoot a bow. No? It's not like Optimus Prime then. There you go. Buy that for 30 quid. It'll end up stuck in the fin of a shark. That arrow will end up stuck in the fin of a shark. Oh. Japan's very hard on licensing, so 99.9% they have the license. Wow. That was impressive then, because I suppose one of the problems with this company, like if you're doing this company, you're beholden to these licenses in a way, aren't you? Wow, they got. Hang on, what the fuck? Stan Lee, look. The man himself. Stan Lee. I suppose at some point Stan Lee said, yeah, fuck it. If you're making figures of all the other stuff, make them out of me. I don't care. I'll take the money, thanks. At some point that's blatantly going to happen, isn't it? But 30 quid, you can buy yourself a Stan Lee. A maximum of 3 per person. 3 per person maximum. I've never seen that before. What are they on about? A maximum of 3 per person. What the fuck are they talking about? You can order as many as you want, mate. We're selling them. Maximum of 3. Why would you have a maximum of 3? Doesn't make sense. Is it to make people feel like they, you can only have 3? Oh my god, I better order. I was only going to order 1, but maybe I'd better order 3. No. And to some collectible people, right, this is the weird thing about this shit. To some collectible people, like I was saying about my He-Man figures, that might be worth some money in some years, or even now, or whatever. But at the same time, like, my Genshin sword I've got on the wall or whatever, like, if I got hit by a bus tomorrow, that's just going in the bin, isn't it? It's just going in the skip. No one cares. Like, no one's going to be making any big money out of my collection of old shit. It's just all going to get swept into the bin. The camera's probably someone will resell. The computer they might sell on eBay. but my other personal items and whatever dolls I've collected, they're going in the bin. Even if they are worth a bit on eBay, maybe they eBay them, maybe, but mainly, more likely than not. I mean, you see, this is going to sound awful, but you see house clearances of old people who die, and like old person died house clearance. Let me just type that in. I mean, it's a bit horrible, isn't it? But what tends to happen is like all their stuff just gets thrown away in the bin. I don't want to see actual people dying. Fucking hell, Ecosia. Ecosia's lost my favour there. Let's choose Google. Old person died house clearance. I just want to see all the stuff outside their house and it to be looking sad. Not actual fucking dead bodies of anything. Like this sort of thing, yeah. Like, look, you know what I mean? Like in amongst that, there might be a couple of collectible items and a bits. It just all gets thrown in a skip these days. You've got no relatives that want to deal with it. And do they want to deal with it? They just, if they'd wanted to buy that shit, they'd have bought that shit. They didn't buy that shit. It all goes in the skip. So in a way, I feel that in a way is how I feel about these sort of things. Cat, that's absolutely insane. You're gonna have to leave, but then you knew that anyway, didn't you? That's why you did it, knocking things off. So yeah, I mean, I get some. You know what you said the other day about if you like it, you know, have it, enjoy it. I like it and I have it and I enjoy it, but I like that to the point where I've seen it and I go, oh, I like that, that's nice. A bit like when I was saying about the art gallery. To buy it and have it in my home, do I like it every time I see it? I'm not that bothered, I guess. But this is just my opinion. I can also accept that there is a market for this, and maybe if another way of looking at it is that some of these things actually increase in value, and if you are connected to the community and you know about these things, then, you know, before you end up everything going in the skip, you might sell it for a bit more money, and like somebody else might get more enjoyment out of it later. Certainly the art of a collection is to bring the things together that all together as a collection have increased value because they're all there together. That's an aspect, and that can be fun, can't it? Like, you know, looking out for little things that you want to add to your collection, sort of thing. I get it, but just for me, I've never been a person to, maybe because my mom sold all of my things when I was a kid, but yeah. Well, not all of them. Like, and I wasn't a kid. I'd grown up a bit by then. But I don't have a big box of all my old toys, really. And that's a bit of a shame. I think it's a shame. So I would have collected them, yeah. But then I look at these things as well. Like, fashions and trends change, don't they? And, like, you know, if you had a load of these now, then, like, what would you do with them? So, everyone wants the... Everyone wants the Hanyo Koizumi cheerleader version these days. She's got roller skates on as well, so... Goods other. What? They do a diorama... That, now that's interesting. It's like a posing scene. That's what I'd be... Like, if you got me a couple of these dolls and then got me that, I'd be like, oh right, hang on, I can build my own scenery. And I'd then start doing like the old Citadel miniatures. Like, half of the fun is making the scenery to stand them in, isn't it? You'd then start posing them in. What's this? School uniform style dress. Huda. Much more standard Huda. There's a bag. You can have a bag. I don't even know what it is. That was a card. That's... a card, like a birthday card or some shit? Or is it like a posable... What the fuck is it? Like, is it like a card to stand your dolls in front of? That's a keyring. What's that? Neandroid pouch, Neo colours. Is that so you can carry around your dolls in the pouch like that? Sakura card cap to very old anime. Look at that. Hug pillow. Cape, poncho. I think we should bring back capes, ponchos. I might get that. Hooded blanket, they call it. I'm calling it a poncho. Strawberry poncho. Have you seen my strawberry poncho? Where's my cape? I need to go out and check the bins. Have you seen my cape? Might pick myself up a cape. In fact, let's just ask the internet if they sell capes. Capes. Let's just put capes like that. Shopping. Not good. Not a cozier maybe, because maybe Google capes. Though look, these are not the sort of capes I was looking for. That was a witch cosplay. There's little superhero ones there for little kids, but I was talking like maybe more like this, I suppose. It'd make me look like a bit of a maybe wearing. I don't want to look like a witch. Doesn't look warm enough either, really, for stalking. But you know what I mean? Going out, and you put on the coat these days, don't you? Everyone wears a coat, but it used to be a cape, an overshawl or whatever. Bring it back. It's easier than having to put your arms in the holes. Just wang that on. Go out in your cape. Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon's the old school, isn't it? I bet they do Sailor Moon clothes. I bet they do Sailor. I'm asking Google for this. This could be a huge mistake. Sailor Moon dolls. Should I just put that? I mean, I was hoping not to get life-size sex dolls, but you never know. They don't look weird and creepy at all, do they? They haven't aged badly at all, have they? They've aged well. Oh yeah, what's that in your... Like, you know, you bring someone around to your house and they say, can I make a cup of coffee? You say, absolutely. Just get yourself a cup out of there. And then they open the cupboard and that's what's in the cupboard. There's no coffee. It's just them. No cups. Just those dolls looking at them. And they're like, all right. Like, yeah. Would you like to come and take a seat in my office? No, I think I'm all right, actually. I've just left something in the car. Did you? We didn't come in a car. I think I'm just going to have to go out. They're not creepy at all. They'd look nice across from your child's bed. Or your adult's bed. They'd look nice. They're not creepy at all. They haven't aged badly. Tiny image, tiny image. You cheek me on the tiny images. You cheek me. It's weird, isn't it? To me, that already looks very dated. Maybe it's because the new ones are a bit more, you know, the new dolls are a bit more up to date or whatever, but what's going on here? It's creepy as fuck. Maybe it's because the background as well is like, it just doesn't look as professional as those other dolls we were looking at. Definitely looks a bit more creepy than anything else. Like this line up again. Like the way they're lined up. You can see up this one's dress. It's a doll on the internet. It's not terms of service. It's fine. The way they're all sat up like that though, like it's got a bit of a Chris Chan vibe about it, hasn't it? This one's staring off into the distance, dead-eyed. Oh God, no, she's thinking, don't pick me again. Please don't pick me again. Pick Bluey. Bluey's got her legs. I don't know the names. Sailor Blue. Pick her. She's got her legs open. She wants it. I don't know. Don't pick me again. The 90s plastic industry. Is it? Look, now, this looks much better in comparison. She's much longer in the leg. Much more sort of... It has an anime feel to it even, doesn't it? Even if it is still a bit creepy. And then you get your cute... These days you get the two kinds, don't you? You also get the... like the super cute version. Like the little... shrunken version. But that looks much more acceptable. Like, the thing with these things, and with anything in taste, do you know what? Taste, I'm talking about the way things taste as well. Like, you know, if you're drinking something sweet, and then you have a bite on something cheesy, it might be like, oh, those things don't go together, or it might go well together, or it might not. Or, you know what I mean? Tastes, it depending on what you've had on your palate just recently, and you compare it to, makes a difference. And that's the same with things like this. That now looks much more acceptable, but I don't know how far down the rabbit hole I am, whether if I bought that and put it on my shelf, people might go, that looks nice, or they might say, why have you got this weird like doll of a little girl fairy on your shelf. And I'd be like, well, you should have seen what they used to look like. This is much less creepy than my previous collection of like these, all the dresses are pushed up. My previous collection of hard to recognise Barbie dolls off the market. Barbie dolls off the market. You know, that didn't look so good on my shelves. So these days we're just going for the... They'll be like, oh, I see now, that looks much better. But maybe if you line all them up on your shelf, people still think you look like a weird pedo. Like, you don't want any part in this, do you? You know, even if you like Sailor Moon or whatever, nobody wants any part in this. This is like a crime watch. You know, that's like a danger, escape, run. My suggestion of a cape doesn't seem so bad now. That's alright. That's in a Nintendo game. I mean, they've only got her in there because it's a woman. Or maybe that's wrong. Maybe that's not fair. You know, maybe they're not perving on what she's like underneath her costume. But... what the fuck? This is little plastic sushi. So... I'm assuming it's little and it's not like full-size plastic sushi. Apparently it's difficult to make. 1-to-1 scale plastic model. Okay. So like there's two applications for this. One, you run a restaurant and you want that in your window maybe. Look at how they make it out of individual What the fuck? Dude, what the fuck? Don't do that. Make it like you would make sushi. Or do you make it? You buy it and make it yourself? Is that the joy or the hassle of doing it yourself? Like, surely you just want to make it like, you know, get the rice sticky with the glue and then roll it up in the thing. Am I tripping? Or would you... No. I'm going to have to get this. We're going to have to do this on stream. Or not. Maybe I'll do it as a video, as an ASMR video. That looks fucking interesting to me. Assembly is required. Wow. Okay, I'm sold. I'm in. Doing it like that. I'm absolutely shocked, flabbergasted. I'm in. I bet I won't be able to buy it easily. But the application is obvious that, you know, if you run a restaurant, you might want it in the window. Other than that, I can't see why you would build your own plastic model of sushi. But, high quality stuff are mostly hand put together on these hobbies. So like you even just buy the best stuff, you do it yourself. You just want to get a 3D printer and a CAD design and start just doing your own 3D printing of stuff. That's what you want to do if you're into this shit. And just forget these companies that are making stuff for you, because you can do it yourself. To the whole point that you just made there, and I'm seeing here, is that the very best stuff you have to do it yourself anyway. So they're making everything out of PVC. That's the main thing that they're... Like, they've obviously got in the back room a big PVC manufacturing thing, and it chuffs out PVC bits. Like, that's what they're doing in their factory. And then they're designing things on CAD design, and that's what you can do yourself with the... Like, I'll just quickly... CAD design. Like, it's basically the same as Photoshop, but in 3D, isn't it? Like, tiny image. Do a big image for me. You know, when you see people making things on the computer in 3D, it's just like Photoshop, but in 3D. Maybe a bit more complicated than that, because you're actually working in real world geometries and, you know, it's a design tool though, yeah? So you get that, you start to pick that up, and at the same time, you pick yourself up a 3D printer. 3D printer. That's shopping. 150 quid. And that one's doing a picture of Batman, so... Tiny picture. How did you get your picture so small? I've never seen it. Tiny. But, like, okay, so 3D printers will range in quality and price. You know, but somewhere up your 10 grand range is probably out of your start range, isn't it? But to get that hobby going for 100. Now, bear in mind, you can print the individual bits and put them together at home. That's what they're doing when they charge you for all those bits. Now, I'm about to spend... let me see if I can Google buy plastic sushi model kit UK. This is ridiculous. You can buy it already produced, look, for like £3. You can buy somebody that's... I don't have to put this together myself. That's already done for... It's not as good, but it's £3. So there's another workaround. It's definitely not as good, but it's £3. Like $9.99, sorry. I think it's going to be harder to find what I was looking for. 1-to-1. Oh no, yeah, Japanese trend shop. That's it. $24 US, but that's not the UK, so English. I don't know, maybe I get worldwide shipping, you know, maybe I can get that, yeah? Maybe I get that. So I'm about to spend £20 per item of sushi, and therefore, let's say that's 157, let's say it's £200 or £300, right? 4 items of sushi is £100. So let's say I want 8 items of sushi, I've basically paid for the 3D printer, £200. So I might as well just buy a 3D printer and start printing out 3D sushi, maybe even selling a few on Etsy. That's where we're at now. I might buy one 3D sushi. I'm not going to do it now on screen and, you know, do all my shopping credit details or whatever on the internet. I'm an idiot, so I'm not going to do that now, but I will be buying a sushi model kit, and we will be trying to make one on stream as an ASMR thing, probably. Now that I've seen that, I like doing things like this where we discover something on stream and we can follow it through and like create a bit of a story within the stream, an organic story thing that happened. So that looks cool to me. At the same time, it's only going to end up in the sea choking a cod to death, isn't it? So it's only going to end up in the eye of a tuna, but very interesting. And then after we do that, the next step will be to buy a 3D printer and start printing. No, I'm on a journey now to prove my point and to start printing my own 3D printed sushi. And in fact, right, you want to try a 3D printer, you'll wait some years for better equipment. Yeah, I was thinking similar sort of things. I was thinking at the moment it's at that stage where it's probably more costly and not as good as I want it to be. But at the same time, I'm a streamer, and the space that's behind me, right, this is a space that at the moment I haven't got my head around exactly what to do with it. So, like, just behind me on the shelf, there's the window and the shelf. I'm going to get these curtains, green screen curtains, so that these curtains aren't any good for it, but I'm going to get the green screen curtains. They're going to be there, so green screen will be fine. But behind it, there's a space. There could be anything there. We could put a fish tank. You could have a hobby thing. It's just a space at the moment. It's like, that could be a 3D printer right there. Could just wallop it there. I could do that. I'd get that set up tomorrow, 150 quid, and then start printing 3D sushi and do it. Maybe it becomes a thing on my ASMR channel. You know, maybe it becomes a thing. I like the idea of organic, like I just said, story that happened through the stream, and maybe if it's a bit costly for me, that's okay, because like, if I can turn it into a video product that helps our stream along going forwards, you know, an interesting thing we do, then I can justify it basically and say, well, like, you know, it's a bit of money, but I've got enough subscribers now that I'm monetized, so that made a huge difference. I don't know whether they want to see 3D printed sushi videos on the internet or not. But as a concept, I'm happy with just the concept that it could be. And I'm happy just to open the door and say, yeah, go on then, that's an idea, let's have a look at it. I like ideas in that way. Happy to be open-minded, so I'll put that on my shopping list. I'm not buying anything on the internet. Like, I already bought a Funko Pop of the Queen. If I start spending hundreds of pounds on the random, that's fucking stupid. I need to sleep on it, think about it. But it's on my list of interesting things that we could do now. And certainly the first step on that journey is getting the sushi. And that's easy. I just buy that off the internet. And then we put it together on a stream for a bit of fun. It won't be fun for me. It'll be like an absolute nightmare. Like, for me, fiddling about with one piece of rice at a time, like that's a nightmare. I'll need to buy some tweezers or shit. Like, I used to do those Citadel miniatures, and I used to glue them to my hands, and I used to glue things to the desk. And like, I remember once I was gluing these bits of sponge on to try and make bushes, and the glue melted the sponge and set off like a chemical reaction, and it like made fumes and made me feel all funny. Like, I had to put it all down and go outside. I'm just awful for this sort of shit. I'll glue my hands to my face. It looks really neat and organised there. Mine won't. Mine will have all glue sticking off it. Maybe I need a glue gun. At least I can have an excuse to buy myself a glue gun. See, it doesn't say what kind of glue you need, does it? It just looks nice, all formed. It doesn't tell you what kind of glue you need. Maybe I should start doing epoxy resin. There's a rabbit hole as well. I've got a rabbit hole for us. The epoxy resin rabbit hole on YouTube. We'll do it another time. But there's sushi socks. So you can enjoy that. And anyway, sushi's not vegan. It's just, it looks good. All glue, made out of glue. Doesn't it? It does to me. And then I can we can do another, buy 2 sets, and I can do the second one. I can say, look, for the second one, I'm just going to make it like I would real sushi, and I'm just going to apply loads of glue, and then roll it up into a thing, and then there, it's done. And see if that was better. I can compare the two. 364 pieces. That's how many pieces each of the 2 types of sushi model kit is made of. Every grain of rice, every piece of cucumber, every tiny ball of salmon roe is there, and you can put it all together to form an amazing replica. How do you know, as well, how to apply the rice so that it fits together in that perfect... You're only getting a certain number of grains. What if yours don't fit in that nice, smooth, toppermost layer like that? What if they don't fit like that? You're only getting the perfect number. If it's too many, you've got too many left over, you're all right. If it's not enough, though, and my sushi rice is a bit more packed in than yours, don't pack it in then, mate. Well, it's all glued now. You can't put it all together and then say, that's where I want it. Right, now take it all apart, I'll glue it. Right, it's going to be a load of trouble. It could be an AFK stream, just let the printer go and just stream that. It's a slow process if you go high quality print. It could work on Twitch as an AFK stream. I was thinking of turning it into a video product, like saying some of the things we will do is like a live stream thing. It might happen in the background, maybe. It's printing away while we're doing some stuff, maybe putting the bits together on one of the sushis. But in general, I could see it as a YouTube video. Hi, my name's Scott, and I did a stream the other day, and we were talking about models, and then edit in what we've just been talking about, and then and I decided to do, and cut to me putting the models together, and cut to, that's why I ended up with a 3D printer. And I want to see which one's better, and do the story as like a YouTube video at the end of it, and then also do an ASMR cut where I don't do any of that talking, and I just quietly put together the thing with the nice microphones, listening to the sound of it. I could picture those sort of media products as well. I'm not the sort of person really to leave a stream just running and then go out of the room and like... Yeah, I wouldn't watch a 3D printer going, but maybe it could work as a sort of like chill out. Maybe having something in the background, right, that I knew would take 3 hours, and at the end of stream we pull it out and say, there it is. Right, that might be interesting as well. What did we print today? I'd have to get onto CAD printing and design as well. I know someone who is a CAD designer who I could just ask, can you help me with CAD designing things, please? Like, there you go, there's one. It's £300. It looks nice, like a microwave. I'm not expert enough to know what decisions to make, so I would not, at this juncture, I would not get too expert. I just say, look, let's have a consumer grade. Let's get it on the go. And then through using it and learning about it, I'll learn why I want something different. And then I'll sell this and get something different. Oh, look, it get expensive, that one, because it print gold. And then you have to buy all materials, don't you? So all sorts to think about. I do like with the 3D printing. I'll tell you what, right? The thing I think the most is that I like the idea that if I want something, and not just models, I'm not talking about now, but let's say I don't often need electronic parts or whatever. But if I want something, instead of going to the shops or on Amazon or whatever, I like the option that I could just say, look, we could print that. Whether it be I don't know what it could be. And I don't want lots of items, so maybe I'm tripping here. But I think the future is you don't go to the shops as often, you print more stuff at home, and it's cheaper. If you had a purpose for it, you know, if you were like making tabletop games or stuff like that, it'd be absolutely banging, wouldn't it? I'm sure people are finding really good purposes for it. The things I don't like, I watch some things on YouTube and it's like, oh, I've 3D printed this cup. And I'm like, well, you know, great for your 3D printing, but it's a cup. It's boring as fuck. Or I made another desk tidy, or I made another... It's like, you know, when you were at school and you had to make a project and you didn't have any ideas, so you did like a bird box again. And like, you know, it's like, I don't want to... For me, it has to have like interesting applications. Like cups and bird boxes just don't cut it. I'm bored of... So 3D printing's interesting, but cups and bird boxes are not. So another ashtray, yeah. But that is interesting. So that's where we're going with it. Our project is buy this, produce it, buy 3D printer, produce our own model, and see whether it's any better. Try and sell our 3D printed models of sushi on the internet, and then compare and contrast results at the end. That should take about a year's worth of content. And at the end of the year, I can say, that was fucking mental. I'm throwing this in the bin. Or, wow, I'm now the 3D printed sushi king of the internet. And I didn't know that was going to be the thing that cracked it for me. But certainly that day I printed the 3D printed spaghetti with the fork in it was a life changer. Look at that. DIY craft project. It's weird because you wouldn't expect that as a craft project, would you? Out of all the things you like in the UK, it's all cars and boats and, you know, what are you making there? A little model of something. Yeah, spaghetti with a fork in it. All right. We're on the phone block era. You're waiting for the flip phone era. Good points, yeah. Like, I wouldn't be an early adopter, you know, trying to make something special out of 3D printing. I'd just be using it for content. And it might be more interesting. At this point, it might be more interesting because fewer people have it. You know what I mean? There'll be a break point. Like, you know, the slow-mo guys on YouTube, they do still work and they do still make videos and stuff, but now you've got phones that can do the slow-mo. So it's not as interesting, maybe. They have to find more interesting things to point the cameras at. More and more interesting. Just the fact that it's slow-mo is no longer that cool because everyone can do it. Fake food sample, egg and bacon headband. So in Japan, I think there is more of a culture of having fake food samples in your restaurants and stuff as well. So maybe it's more popular. But look, an egg and bacon headband, if you serve that kind of egg and bacon, what the fuck? Why would you? And for what purpose? I don't know. Food sample ice cream kit. Very realistic looking food that you can't eat. It's for display purposes in your shop. Maybe. I don't have a shop. It's interesting stuff though. I like the design aspect of some of these, like these green pins. They're very cute. It's a very cute design. Very clever. There's a kipper. Grave kipper. A pen pouch. It's a fish and it's a pencil case, and what's good about it is when you open it up it looks like a fish inside as well, so you'll enjoy that. Because, you know, everyone likes the inside of a fish, don't they? Including the head and everything. It's kind of cute in a way, isn't it? The way it's looking back at you. I'm on Japan Trend Shop. Japan Trend Shop. Japan, I don't know why I said it like that. Just reading the words. Japan Trend Shop. Beauty gadgets. Let's see some beauty gadgets. Japan Trend beauty gadgets. So They've got the old blindfolds. The old beauty blindfolds. £185 for that. Meme, Hot, and EMS eye care. You don't want to be pumping things into your eyes. Electrodes. It's got electrodes. Don't even bother. I'm moving away from that because it's too dangerous. Don't pump electrodes into your face. Not into your eyes. Your eyes are delicate. Probably don't want to pump electrodes in. This is something I could understand. A hairdryer. I used to be a hairdresser. Labomo hairdryer. Multifunction smart hairdrying system. Turbo dry set off. I mean, you want hot and cold on your dryer, and you want it to go as fast as a bastard. That's about it. You want a nozzle at the end, and you want a nice shape for dressing the hair over, if you're me. But other than that, I'm not that impressed in the shape. And I'll tell you what, that dual nozzle, what? You haven't got a proper nozzle on it for a start, and you've got a dual, what's that? Is that air intake at the top? Just doesn't look right. I wouldn't be going for that. I'd be saying that looks too dangerous. Take that away from my salon. Give me something more standardised, please. Not this. Not this. What's this? Not this. What the fuck is that? NLED Sonic hairdryer. Scalp and hair device. Sonic hairdryer with LEDs. It's a groundbreaking device that takes drying your hair to the next level in terms of efficiency and time. In essence, besides taking away 90% of the humidity left after washing your hair thanks to its narrow LED beams, it also treats your scalp, making it healthier. Does it?
こんにちは、宮田俊也です。
こんにちは。
今日はこのアデランスの新ドライヤーカミガの性能を実験したいと思います。ヘアアドバイ
Konnichiwa. I will accept that there's going to be an advert for watching it a bit
Got a
bigger.
combi boiler.
Shut up about my boiler. What do you know about my boiler? Fuck off. I'm gonna. Here he is.
原
There
さん、
he
よ
is.
ろしく。こんにちは、
こんにちは。
宮田俊也です。
Konnichiwa. Yes. I can't say it all, but.
こんにちは、宮田俊也です。今日はこのアデランスの新ドライヤーカミガの性能を実験したいと思います。ヘアアドバイザーの西
This is my LED hairdryer. It knocks the shit out of all the other hairdryers on the market. Here's my friend to help.
から行っていきます。ブラッシングすることでこのように髪
Oh, I'm used to drying my hair with a normal hairdryer, and it looks fucking awful. Look.
ドライヤーでは静電気を抑えること
Awful.
が
All
できませ
frizzy
ん
and
が
shit. But that's probably because you've just used it without a nozzle or any brush. So it's going to do that. Let's have a look at what you've got.
髪がでブローしてみてください。
は
Ah!
ーい。
It's also, you can hear it's also a hairdryer. Can't you? You can see the air blowing. So I'm guessing it's just a normal hairdryer with lights on it. And you're still getting that splay. You can see there is product on this piece of hair, keeping it together at the top. Maybe they're drying some gel into it to make it seem like it stays more sleek. But it sounds like a normal hairdryer just with some lights on it, mate.
おー
Whoa!
すごい。サ
Knocks the shit out of yours.
ラサラですね。
Absolutely shits on yours, you silly bitch.
これがプラズマクラスターですね。
I'm translating.
さて、ここから
I'm translating.
さんにもご協力いただいて実際に使用しながら
She's happy, look.
性能に迫ります。
宮田さん、こちらのスタンドにカミガをどうぞ。
置いちゃっていいんですか？
Comes with a
失礼
stand.
します。
Oh! Comes with a stand so you can use it sort of without, I suppose, freehand. That's an interesting development in the hairdryer. Again, as a former hairdresser, I wouldn't be using that ever. And I wouldn't suggest you do either, because what's going to happen is all your hair's going to blow up like that, and then it's all going to stick up and it'll be all frizzy. Like, you need to be drying from above down. You point the hairdryer above and you dry down to smooth. I mean, maybe you want more volume, but the average person on the street is not going to want the drag through a hedge backwards level of volume that you're going to get from that.
すごい。手放しドライヤーですね。これは忙しい朝とかにすごく便利
Look at it, it's making her hair look a lot worse, if anything.
ですね。
そうなんです。このカミガスタンドに置けば
Now it's all frizzed out at the top and sides.
ハンズフリードライで乾かすことができちゃうんです。ちなみにカミガ
But before and after here, or with and without the giant head scalp attachment.
は優しい風で乾かしながら2種類のカスアタッチメントで頭皮を心地よく刺激することもできるんです。
すごい、スカルプケアまでできるんですね。
カミガは2つの吹き出し口から
It's a normal hairdryer with some lights on it.
広範囲に風を届けるドレープフローによって時短約 50% という速乾性を実現しています。またセンシングドライモードで髪の表
What's that? Is that the heat map?
面温度の目安を55度以下に保つので熱ストレスを抑えられます。
It's an interesting heat map. I know it's not showing me a scale, so I don't know whether that's like, you know, you can adjust the heat camera to.
近づけても温度が変わらない。素早く乾くのに髪に優しいんですね。
髪の様子がこちらです。
これは潤
Oh,
いが断然違いますね。
he loves it.
さまざまな機能で頭皮から美しい髪を考える新発想ヘアドライヤーカミガ。
Hair dryer. I heard that.
皆さんもぜひお試しください。
Loving that.
美しい髪を潤いが断然違いますね。さまざまな機能で頭皮から美しい髪を考える新発想ヘアドライヤーカミガ。
Hair dryer. I heard that.
さまざまな機能で頭皮から美しい髪を考える新発想ヘアドライヤーカミガ。皆さんもぜひお試しください。
And he's gone. And he's gone. There he is. I wouldn't suggest buying that. That looks like a load of shit to me, frankly. Actually, I shouldn't say that. I'm looking for a sponsor. It looks really good. If you, man, I should find products that I'm going to be positive about, shouldn't I? And then say how good they are, and then people might want to sponsor me. Like if I go through all these things and say this looks fucking awful, what are you doing putting that on your face, you fucking idiot? Then they're going to think this isn't the person, not for my brand. But you do know I'm honest. Gadgets. These are the top gadgets. That's a silent karaoke exercise microphone, noiseless voice training instrument. Noiseless. So you put that on your face and you sing and no one else can hear you. Apparently, noiseless USB karaoke mic for Wii. What? I think I've seen those before, but I thought they were things that you urinate into. Didn't realise they were for singing. Wouldn't want to put that around your chops. But apparently, no, look, and I can see the concept now. It makes sense. You've got a space for your mouth to move, but within it, sponge, the microphone and a load of sponge. That might actually be good as a concept for like MCing and rapping. You don't get any of the outside world. You only record the rapping. Might actually be useful. But you look like you're wearing a potty on your face. You buy that for your kids if you're tired of listening to them sing. This is a very much a cheaper version. Just the plastic cup. Is she singing again? Trisha, put the plastic cup on your face. No, we can all hear, the neighbours can hear. Trisha, put the cup on your face. I bet I can achieve the same thing with a cup. Take my breath away. Da-da-da, da-da-da. Take my breath away. Da-da-da, da-da-da. Take my breath away. That's my drill. That's the drill that It's better with the cup, probably. Might start using a cup. What happened to Genshin Impact? What happened to being a Genshin Impact streamer, Scotty? Don't know. Can't remember. It's gone for a little walk. 500 metres over there. Take my breath away. Da-na-na. 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 But it's part of the lyrics as far as I'm concerned. Part of the lyrics. Oh, someone's excited. They can fuck off. No, I'm off for a walk. Ow. Chuff. Look, I'm off for a walk. I'm away for a walk. Ow. I'm just going... Stop it. Just off for a walk. Don't teleport things on top of me. That's rude. I've got your number, buddy. Right.
Rain outlines your
Water? It doesn't even care.
Huh?
Don't even care about water, does it? I've only got one character that can really do anything about this.
Incoming.
Ching, you've made her angry. Look, now you're for it. I told you, I was like, I'm out for a walk. I'm just going to leave it. No, you said. I'd rather have the options of going for a walk or being killed. I'd rather be killed, you said. That's fine. Job done. Now who's tough? Just out for a little walk. If anything, do the golden slumber quest. You need it to enter the newer area. The golden slumber. No, there's a mechanism up there that I haven't done. I'm glad I came for a walk. I haven't even marked this one on the map. I'll check the golden slumber quest in just a second. I want to find out what this mechanism is that I haven't marked on the map. What is this? Uh-oh, collect particles. Oh, I see. I know how to do this now, you see. I'm accustomed to this now. Much more than I was at the start of the Inazuma experience. Do you remember when I didn't even want to use the boat? There you go. That was easy. The first time I tried that, probably failed it.
Everything.
And I was like, I'll leave
On to the
that.
next.
It's too hard for me. What's going on? 200 meters. Ritu. He wants me in Ritu. Ah, there's a teleporter. And then I'll have a look at this golden slumber business. What is the golden slumber? Right. On my list. My big list. World Quest Golden Slumber. Go through the passage in Kamenu Temple. Tirazard and Jebarel made it to another set of ruins, which are more majestic. The trouble is, they're still not going along with each other. Only one hope. That's me. King Desrat. I think that's too big for me right now. I think... what's the time? I've only been on for an hour. And it's coming up to 10 o'clock in the UK. I probably could do another 2 hours, but I feel like my mental state isn't, like, focused and... Like, I feel like maybe the story mode I can just chit-chat my way through a bit more. And we did put in a good stream yesterday, and I don't want to push myself too much because I do feel like I'm still recovering from the old COVID. And I'll tell you something else as well. Tomorrow we've got Thus, and we haven't really got a proper plan. I was supposed to test the setup with Steve in the week, and I didn't. I'll put that on my head. But I have got a backup plan, which is body language videos. I'd rather he had a chance to review them first and plan, but also we can do some things off the cuff and fresh. So we might do some body language, might even do Prince Andrew's body language, or something like that. So I've got this on the back of my mind as well. So tomorrow I want to be fresh and I want to be ready to do some planning, get some stuff working on the computer, get all set up. I just feel like doing something much more chill, relaxed. This looks like a serious bit of business, and this one looks like a less serious bit of business. Ayato claims my job is done, and all that remains is to wait for the Kanju Commission's internal reaction. Will things really proceed as he thinks they will? No, they won't, but this can't be that busy, can it? It can't.
In adventuring, as in business, you always have to seize the opportunity while it's there.
But I did notice as well, right? I've got 5 subscribers. I was talking the other day about Twitch. I do this. I say one thing, and then the next day I come on and say the opposite. But I was like, wow, I've actually got 5 subscribers on Twitch. That's not bad. And then I was thinking, as part of my consistency, you know, these coming months being on more, I've gained that by doing this consistently. This is what I do on Twitch. So I should do more of it. I should, like, you know, lean into the Genshin a bit more sometimes. And, you know, if you're in the audience here telling me what you want me to do, I should just do what you say. Because you made a good choice yesterday. So, like, really, I think sometimes I should just do what you say. We'll give this a whirl and see how it works out. Because I've already wasted an hour chit-chatting as well, and if it turns out to be a good thing...
Oh, Traveler!
In perspective, the episode will go on YouTube and people will be like, what's this first hour of him talking shit? So maybe I'll save the big thing for a... You know, start it at the start of the stream sort of thing.
I assume you've heard about everything that's been going on out there. What on earth is happening?
I can't remember, you silly. I don't know.
Don't worry, we can explain everything. So, what happened was...
Uh-oh, someone's eavesdropping. I'll make sure no one's eavesdropping.
After the Tenryou Commission arrived, they suddenly became alarmed. They keep having secretive discussions and won't allow me to have any direct contact with the Tenryou Commission.
You enjoy it more if it's enjoyable for me to do. Thanks. Yeah, I just for my own. No, I'm still feeling a bit, and yeah, I think we did. I like I like the big things being set pieces. I like how good they are. I'm not feeling in a bad mood today or anything. It's just I'm not like after an hour of looking on Amazon and talking random bullshit. It's probably the wrong frame of mind to start it.
That this was Sir Kamisato's plan.
Now it all makes sense.
Now it all makes sense.
It all makes sense now. Now it does.
I'm sorry. I haven't. Maybe there's no right or wrong decision. Maybe everything would be easier if I simply didn't have the choice.
It's her business.
I used to tell myself things like this to avoid having to think about it. But once I saw the notices appearing out of nowhere on the streets, signaling that the wedding was confirmed...
Oh, this seems really random. I don't really know what's... Oh, I've got a white line on the left-hand side. How does this keep happening to me, Genshin Impact, today? It's not usually like that. Can Genshin Impact be like... No, there's still a white line on the left. Come on, Obs. I can either have it way too big and it drags it over like that, and now there's a white line on the wrong... Obs won't let me... You know, won't let me... Now there's a white line on the top, isn't there? Obs won't let me have Genshin Impact full screen. Every time I try and make it bigger, can I have it too big? Or it's snapping to the edge of the screen, I think. But even though it's snapping... Okay, I've now oversized it. Thanks. And this is my thumbnail. Give her a big kiss. It's my thumbnail. I'll get my hands out and touch her face. No, turn them the way they... It's hard to think. She's over there. Right, she's over there. This is my thumbnail. That's worth it.
I didn't feel reassured at all. Instead, I felt a great sense of regret.
Oh, saying about that. You know what we were talking about yesterday as well on the old channel, the old Ganji cuts. Check this out. The most expensive Genshin Impact merch on Amazon that we talked about yesterday. Cut it, put it as a Ganji cuts. Just did the simple Twitch clip, put it on the Ganji cuts. Maybe I left it a bit long. It's 53 minutes. I was thinking 30 minutes, between 10 and 30 is all right for a clip. But actually, I watch I watch Asmongold, and he does some quite long talks. So 50 minutes there. I put the full thing in, didn't stop it when I said maybe I shouldn't have accidentally shown the first part of my postcode. Didn't stop it there, let it run the whole thing, and I used the thumbnail of the feet model, dummy, the feet action figure. That seems appropriate, doesn't it? That seems like... I didn't get my face in it. I haven't got Photoshop on this computer. I haven't got my editing tools on this computer. I just did it on this new computer. Maybe I need to get editing tools. I use the old Mac for editing, remember, but maybe I need to get them. But anyway, simple thumbnail, but it's quite effective, isn't it? I think so. And it's got 596 views in 24 hours. It will get over 600 views. That other one was 1,000 views in a week. I think it's going to do quite well. That's all right for me. I'm happy to say that's a new Ganji cut that went out there and has picked up some views. That worked as, like we were talking about yesterday, weren't we, about it? And that worked exactly as planned. Now, what we did on the internet today, the shopping, I didn't plan that, so I don't know how it would fit as a Ganji cuts, but I'm really happy if once a week, even if I don't hit it right every week, like this one, why are Tartaglia and Yoimiya alone in the forest? I thought that was interesting. We went and spoke to them and they were alone in the forest, and I was like, get away from her. Our stream overlay sales bot's getting creative. That's an interesting one. Could Genshin be the new Disney? I thought that's a bad thumbnail. It's not a good thumbnail. Nahida doxes the troll tip, but that was big drama news, which I'm not really a big drama reactor. I just thought I'd do one, trying to hit the algorithm on this, on the Ganji cuts, aren't I? The Anti-Tatsu League was never going to hit the algorithm, but I needed to put it out there. So I don't mind if they don't all hit, but I thought that one probably would, and it's done all right for us. I think there is I don't know if I managed to say this yesterday as well. I think there's like a soft cap, not a shadow ban, but I think if you're a smaller channel and you start getting some views on your videos, I think YouTube actually says, look, hang on, 1,000 views is enough for you. Just have that, and then maybe do another video and see if it keeps going that way, and we'll give you a few more. I think there might be a soft cap sometimes where you don't sort of explode out of nowhere, but you get a sort of okay amount. And I think YouTube might even, I don't know if this is right, but might even say, look, you've had quite a few this week now. Time to calm down on suggesting your channel for a bit. It might sound counterintuitive, but I think it comes in like little pushes and waves, and every now and then YouTube will pick one of your videos and say, okay, this is the one we really like, we're going to give that the full whack. But you don't have much of a, sometimes you don't know what's going on. I don't anyway. But anyway, yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? The most expensive Genshin Impact merch on Amazon. It's got a few views. It worked. I'm happy with that. That was a good one. I didn't feel reassured at all. Instead, I felt a great sense of regret. And
I keep
I'm
thinking
now
back to what Sir Kamisato said.
painfully aware.
This is supposed to be my bright and beautiful future. But what if it's not?
I'm painfully aware that none of us know what's going on here. So it's probably not very good content to bring you in the middle of a story. But I can't remember what's going on. But this is how I feel with most of the stories anyway, is that I don't really know what's going on. And I do want to sort of maybe get through something. So we'll push on with this and see how it
I
goes.
can happily accept that if someone was trying to take advantage of my marriage, I should absolutely refuse to go through with it.
Maybe you should.
But that's not the answer I'm looking for. And also, now that things have escalated to this point, it will be tricky to resolve.
Leave it to us.
Ah, Lady Hiragi, here you are. You scared me for a second. I thought you'd gone missing.
No, here she is.
You? Wait, you're the ones who were with the Yashiro Commissioner that day.
You? Sorry, you mean me? Not you. Me. You mean me? The Yashiro Commissioner, probably. It's you. You're the one with the, I don't know, waist... It's not a waistcoat, is it? It's like a dressing gown and a dress. You're the one in the skirt. It's you from the other day. What do you want?
What do you think you're doing here? Are you trying to convince Lady Hiragi to leave?
Hang on, mate. Hang on. No need to get eggy here. No need to get eggy here, you. Quite a good haircut you've got. I like your haircut. I try and sometimes, like when people get angry, I try and compliment them to make them feel a bit, to calm them down and make them feel a bit happier. It never works. For me, it always turns into, like, they think I'm being rude and it turns into an argument. They say, like, what do you mean about my haircut? Or, like, now's not the time. Or, like, I don't want any of your fucking chocolate. Like, I'm always trying to be...
Calm down. They're my friends. They're just here to visit me.
That's right. And if she wants to leave, she can leave. So you shut up, you. Pointing.
Friends? Are you sure? Just friends?
Who's this with all the questions? Get back. What were you even doing before? Like, you just wandered over here and started asking your questions. What were you even doing? Were you busy? I've got questions for you. What the fuck are you on about? Why don't you fuck off?
Lady Hiragi, I told you already, these are exceptional circumstances. You need to be more vigilant in everything you do.
Yeah, well, who's this chuffer? Because over my head here, just here, someone's just messing about. What are they doing? Where's your vigilance there? They're just listening in. She's a spy. Over my head here, she's a spy. Classic spy work. Listening in.
You are extremely important to us, and to the entire Konjo Commission.
God, don't get eggy.
Who's to say they don't have a hidden agenda?
No, I wouldn't trust anyone who dresses in various shades of beige. Okay? Beige and brown, a sort of beige and brown combo. You have accented it with some turquoise and purple on the belt. But really, what does this say about your personality that you're wearing various shades of beige? Come on. It's like how old people would dress. And you're wearing a skirt as well. I know it might be, like, maybe it's... I'm not going to claim it's a Japanese thing because this isn't really Japan. This is actually a fancy world, and this is actually called Inazuma. So you can't say just because they have it in Japan, it's what we have. That's not how it is. You've made it up. You've decided. You wanted to wear the skirt. There's nothing wrong with wearing skirts if you're a man these days. Not these days. You can do what you like. I suppose I shouldn't even critique it. But in terms of like just fashion, just like general how good you look. It's not even a good skirt. It's pleated. It's down to the ankle. It hangs just in a wallop. There's no like style about your skirt even, so I can critique that. And in your dressing gown, bit of a you're pointing all the time. You're the chuffer. You're the chuffer. I think I've explained it. So if anyone's going to shut the fuck up and fuck off, it's you.
If you want to accuse us of trying to abduct her, just come out and say it.
No, we're not abducting her, but if she wants to leave, she can leave. In fact, the more I talk to you, the more I think she should.
Don't be rude. You've been very highly strung lately, seeing everything as a threat.
Oh, there is that. He's only looking out for you. Everything's a threat. Paranoia. He's got the beige paranoia. Here she is again. I can give her another kiss. Give me... I need to make my camera... This is why I need a proper green screen. I need to sort this out very on the sharpish. That's a good one, that. Perfect thumbnail. Perfecto. Give her a big kiss. She's not even a main character or anything. No one. It doesn't make a good thumbnail. No one will know who she is. Not going to give you a kiss. Even your hair's the same colour as your jumper. You won't even follow Lady Hiragi's orders now.
Listen to me. I know all the ins and outs of everything that's happened so far. Her arrival might well be your very last chance to fix this.
I'd listen to her if I were you.
The present state of affairs in Rito shows me that the situation has escalated well past the point where you could hope to control it. If this deadlock continues any longer, we will have nothing to gain and much to lose.
She sounds well eggy.
This is not an order. All I need you to do is give me an explanation and take responsibility for the situation.
I think I made her angry by kissing her. Ooh, he said. Ooh.
Understood, my lady. I shall discuss with the others right away.
Was that the instructions, or was it just to fuck off? I keep saying I need to say chuff more because YouTube apparently will ban me.
Good job, Chisato. You handled that well.
Taking your compliments from Paimon.
I was so nervous. But I thought things are now so critical that I should at least give it a try. And it worked remarkably well.
Like, honestly, I know it sounds condescending and whatever, but if Paimon were complimenting me and stuff, I'd be like, all right, Paimon, but, you know, I'll wait for somebody that matters to tell me thanks. You know, I'll wait for somebody with half a brain to tell me I'm doing good. Like Paimon. Paimon thought that the trading card game, that there was actually the spirit of an actual long dead trading card game player in my card deck box. Paimon.
Yes, well, let's wait and see what happens. I hope they provide a satisfactory response.
A while later, Matsura comes back.
We had a serious discussion and reflected on our mistakes.
Did you? You came back to tell me that. I thought you might have just considered, after reflecting on this discussion we had just a minute ago, fucking off and not coming back, but no.
In all honesty, no
one can handle the weight of the situation here. Everyone is beside themselves with worry. It'll drive us mad if it continues any longer. I'm so sorry.
Sorry. My actions were radical and duplicitous. I was selfish and ignored the greater good. And then I left the situation to fester.
Right, off with his head. He's admitted it. That's a confession. Off with his head. Throw his clothes in the sea. No one wants them.
Would you please give us a second chance?
They'll end up...
For my lady's sake, please give the Conjo Commission another chance.
They'll end up wrapped round a sea eel. To drag it down into the depths. Oh, I can't. I'm not supposed to go that deep. I'm only a sea eel. And then they die. Everything ends up in the sea, killing all the animals, doesn't it?
I suppose you're right.
I suppose you're right, yes. And also you have to talk to Kamisato Ayaka.
The only person who can change the Tenryo Commission's mind will be the Yashiro Commissioner.
Let's get the commissioners together.
We'll head off to the Kamisato estate shortly.
It's a commissioner
party.
party.
To help us with the utmost sincerity.
Come on then.
Lady Hiragi, might I ask you to join us?
Don't ask her questions.
You are the most important person. Without you, we have no other way.
Don't ask her all the questions. I haven't got my green light on today. Maybe that's messing with the... That helps sometimes having the green light on. I haven't even got it plugged in. You chuffer, right. Go to the Kamisato estate to meet Ayato. That's all the way over there. Just been over there, if anything.
By the way,
Huh?
aren't you a good friend of the Yashiro Commissioner?
That I am.
Please put in some good words for me.
Not going to. Going to tell them what a chuffer you've been. See? Now you're thinking, oh, I wish I hadn't been such a chuffer. Well, don't get me to try and cover for you. I'm going to tell them just what a chuffer you've been. That's what I'm doing. I'm straight to crash you up. You know that guy with the beige clothes? Oh, him, yeah. Brownie. Old beigey Brownie, yeah. Like, you never guess what he said about you. He said he thought your suit was shit. He said the reason he wears beige and brown is because he doesn't show up all the stains, the mud. And he said it's mud anyway. He says your suit, on the other hand, always shows up all the stains. Are you listening to me? Kamisato, are you listening? Hang on. He said you... He's not even looking at me. He said you and your suit was well rubbish. And he wears that beige lot of, you know, that beige cardigan ensemble. Come on. Kamisato, are you listening to me? Why won't he get mad? I'm just going to go over here and look at this sword thing. Just him in the background there. Like, that's just how we roll. If that's how you roll, that's how we roll, I suppose. Just over here looking at this sword thing until he pays attention. He didn't even say hello. I've come in. This is his gaff. It's not even like, hello, how's it going? So he's silently looking at the sword thing. Rude, if anything. You got any hula hoops? They're kind of crisps. Bag of chips. Have you got a bag of chips? Can I have a cup of tea? Got any biscuits? Oh, we're all here now. Here he is, look. It looks more green in this light.
Yashiro Commissioner, I'm sure you've heard the news. The Tenryo Commission has now occupied Rito, refusing to leave until we hand Lady Hiragi over to them.
Shut up.
I realize I've greatly offended you with my
that's better.
atrocious actions. And
Atrocious
I realize also
actions.
that this must sound like the very height of absurdity. But please, have mercy, good sir.
Have mercy, good sir.
I'm sorry, Mr. Matsura. I'm exceptionally busy and have but
Sorry,
a
Mr.
moment to spare
Mozzarella.
before my next engagement. I fear this leaves no time for small talk.
Oh, no wonder he was not looking. He's giving him the cold shoulder, look.
So please, if you would be so kind, get straight to the point.
That's more like, finally someone's treating him like a dickhead. Ooh. That's his lines.
I know our apology means nothing to you, but we really have nothing else left to offer by this point. I'm terribly sorry. Everyone in the entire Konjo Commission now realizes the gravity of this situation.
Oh. So, just good. This is the TLDR in chat here from Cruel. Remember the girl who helped me escape Ritu? No, not really. She and the guy of the other big clan on Inazuma are getting married. I kind of get that as a gist, but she doesn't seem that into it as a, you know, she doesn't. I remember her doing letters actually, maybe like love letters. But I thought it was to a girl. The one from the other Raiden mission, maybe, yeah? Hayato is the head of the commission for events and stuff. He's supervising the wedding. Oh, I got it under my hat that he was going to be at the wedding, like, as a guest of honour, in that he was going to get him married, maybe. But no, I thought, okay. And then the whole wedding thing is starting to smell fishy. Hope it helps you to get into the story. It's a good story. I'm getting some of it. But even with, like, you know, a written... notified script in front of me, I'd still...
Lady Hiragi is indispensable to us.
I get sidetracked.
We promise to always support her.
Like, it's a funny one with films. Like, if it's a film, I will sometimes know what's happening in advance because I can just predict it. So then I start getting bored. And then also, sometimes a really good film for me, I don't know what's about to happen next, and I'm interested, and I'm trying to work it out, and there's some part of me involved in the film, like thinking about stuff, like maybe a twist at the end. But if it's just like stuff that's going on and it's going on for a bit, I sometimes drift away a little bit, and I'm looking at things and I'm interested. Like here, it was his clothes and his demeanor that had caught my attention, and the actual plot, I've started to let it slide. I'm more in, like, if I take something away from this, it will be this chuffer in all the clothes, bad chuffer, and his clothes are rubbish.
So, would it be at all possible for you to talk to Sir Kujo once more? on our
On our
behalf.
behalf. And he's like, ooh.
You make it sound so easy. The Tri-Commission will be ridiculed by the public if we choose to withdraw the notices now and eat our words. What do you plan to do about this?
And like, he's just not having it. That's what I'm getting from that.
To lose face for the Tri-Commission is to bring shame to Her Excellency. Are you and your associates ready to face the thunderous wrath of the almighty Shogun?
Oh, I didn't know we were going to be facing the thunderous wrath of the almighty Shogun. That's perked me up.
We'll take full responsibility. We'll publish a new notice and hold a conference to explain the situation. We will make sure that the public knows this was all a huge misunderstanding.
Wait. You'll do what? You'll do what? Where is he? I hope this isn't inciting violence terms of service. Ah! Get him! Get... You'll do what? You'll do nothing. You chuffer. You and your chuffing. Now he's all...
We'll do everything we can to minimize the impact.
He's all...
Everything we can.
He's toned down now. He's calmed down. Earlier he was shouting at this woman. Earlier he was shouting. He was all tough when he was shouting at the woman. Now he's all like submissive and like I don't really. Again, the plot. Yeah, but I know what he's like. Chuffer.
Master Matsura.
Master
You should have
Mozzarella.
known it would come to this. Whatever were you thinking?
I don't know. He was thinking, and picking out his brown clothes.
But the Tri-Commission must always put the interests of Inazuma first, regardless of what Sir Kujo and I may feel at this present moment.
And if you think about it as well, I know that Ayato's pretty flash. You know, he's looking like Tom Cruise in Top Gun or whatever, isn't he? He's pretty flash. But if you were the other... I'm guessing this other chap is one of the higher-ups in the... I don't know if he's the leader or not, I can't remember, but he's higher up in the other commission, yeah? And like, you're going for a meeting with Mr. Flash, and you're just wearing the same old dress that you always wear, the same old dowdy brown dress. Like, you would think you would at least do your hair, smarten up, like, put on a bit of a... Like, he gets to wear the full Navy SEALs uniform, dress uniform, armour-plated... tassels, he's got boots, and you're turning up in a dress, your old dress. Like, come on.
If the situation in Rito is left to fester any further, things may get out of control. But Lady Hiragi and the inhabitants of Rito are innocent.
They're innocent. I just noticed as well that they've...
If we fail to contain the situation promptly, the rumor mill will wreak havoc on the Tri-Commission's reputation.
Over his shoulder, and they've actually got some interesting artwork, and I'm wearing the same artwork today. Great Way of Kanagawa.
Try keeping a pet bird. You'll see what I mean.
Songbirds
who know
There
how
it
to
is.
hold a tune can be very
No, it's
pleasant
not.
to listen to.
That's
But they can also become
Fuji.
irritating if they don't know when to stop.
But it's not Mount Fuji.
And as for the ones with excessively long tongues,
He's going on about
they're so
birds.
insufferable that they can't be kept as pets at...
Yes, I understand.
I've listened to your
There, look.
concerns, and I'll talk to Sir Kujo for you. But I can't
way.
guarantee that he will change his mind.
The waves over there. I'm wearing them. It's the same. So I didn't know that was going to happen. That's good.
I understand.
It means we're in the right
Thank you for
timeline.
your help, Yashiro Commissioner.
All right, you ought to
You ought to
return
return now. I'm sure
I'm
you have a
sure you
sizable
have a
mess
sizable mess to deal with back in the Kanjo Commission.
because you shit yourself. That's-
Okay, then please excuse me. Thank you once again, Commissioner.
In his socks and his flip flops. This guy's wearing boots. You know, come on, no contest. Get out. Your socks don't even match your clothes. Brown socks at least, mate.
Yes, Lady Hiragi, I have something to tell you. Would you mind?
No?
Oh, why, of course.
She's pretty high up, even though she just looks like she's wearing a dressing gown.
Sir Kamisato, you became a completely different person just now. It felt so intense.
That's because he's the leader of the commission and he deals with shit, you know, he deals with business in a serious way. I mess about all the time on stream, but if suddenly I've got to fucking deal with the top business of the commission. They're like, I like being a hairdresser and having clients in. Like, sometimes you want to behave like you know exactly what's going on. Like, you want to pull your shit together, and like sometimes you want to be entertaining and relaxed. And like, you know, I'm smoking weed at the moment, so that's a bit different. But on my streams, I'm much more laid back and chill and having fun. But I can quite happily switch it on if I needed to. If someone came to the door and said, "Oh, hello, sir," and I'd just be like, "Oh, hello," you know, we need to be serious now, and like, or your credit card bill, or I don't have a credit card, or do you know what I mean? Like, something serious happened, I'd have to, you know, be serious, and yeah. That makes sense to me. It's the other guy who doesn't make sense, who didn't even bother to dress for the occasion.
Unruly servants like him need to be severely reprimanded.
He's a servant.
As a commissioner, the almighty Shogun trusts me to do her will. I did as I should.
Yeah.
But now, I'd like to take off my commissioner hat and...
You're not wearing a hat.
...share a personal story with you.
You're not wearing a hat.
Oh, please. I'd love to hear it.
You must have heard that the Kamisato clan once went through an extremely difficult period. My father worked incredibly hard to compensate for the grave errors made by the Kamisato clan long ago,
right,
and restore our reputation. The work took a toll on his health, and ultimately led to his untimely demise. My mother loved him dearly.
You don't say.
She passed soon after. This sudden turn of events dealt a heavy blow to the Ashiro Commission. Behind the scenes, things became very unstable.
Oh, that's all in the past now, though.
Everyone thought that the Kamisato clan had lost power. That made my sister and me nothing but burdens, hindering the ambitions of others. It may sound preposterous now, but I assure you that is the truth of what the Ashiro Commission has been through.
Right.
Huh. Pretty similar to how the Kanjo Commission is now.
Back then, I had no choice but to accept the position I was in. While I desperately looked around for powerful supporters, I endured smear campaigns and attempts to exploit me.
Sounds bad. Again, it was the past, though.
I had no other choice. I had to honor my parents' dying wishes, and I also had a young sister to take care of.
Okay.
I didn't mind what became of me, but my family. No one can ever be allowed to trample over my precious family.
All right, Eggy, getting a bit awkward now.
Fortunately, I persisted, and the Kamisato clan was able to survive this storm.
I think I now know where my sense of loss and confusion was coming from. Shinojo once told me that he saw what was in me in a way that no one else did.
I get what you're saying. You've got to pull your shit
That's why
out.
he couldn't bear to see me live the rest of my life depending on someone else.
He's saying, pull your socks up and take charge of the situation. I get it.
I thought the reason I felt unsettled was because of uncertainty over getting married. But the fact is, it's because I felt too young and inexperienced to handle the situation facing me.
The reason why Sir Kujo was able to face the prospect of marriage so confidently is because he's prepared for anything.
That's it. The situation I'm facing now is the same one he faced back then. When his clan was in crisis, he bravely drew his blade and challenged the almighty Shogun. It is time for me to make a stand and become my own person.
Well said. I'm sure once you have grown and gained confidence, your father will be able to let go and allow you to decide how you want to live the rest of your life. It might not sound exciting, but this kind of personal growth is a necessary step in the pursuit of true happiness.
And I'm sure I can get there.
Go on then. Hurry.
I will use this as an opportunity to take over the responsibilities of the Hiragi clan. I'll think about marriage again after everything is more settled.
Oh, what? You're not even getting married? Oh, all this build-up.
This puts less pressure on Kamachi, and means I can support and protect myself without having to worry about becoming a burden or dependent on someone else.
She'd rather be independent. Fair enough. And to be honest, it didn't sound like you were into the marriage idea anyway, so let's tell everyone the good news.
My best wishes to both of you were and remain heartfelt. When the time comes for the wedding to go ahead, I will come to congratulate you once more.
Double presents.
Thank you, Sir Kamisato. I am grateful for everything you have shared with me. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a lot to deal with back home.
Good.
Take care, Lady Hiragi. I'm confident that on your return, you will find your Kanjo Commission associates most receptive to your instruction.
Get out. Come
Yes.
on. Can we leave?
In fact, my recent experience
God.
suggests the same. Thank you once again.
Can we leave? We know that we've got the piece of information. I think it's time we left.
She really has the air of a leader now.
And that's fixed it.
Hats off to you too, sir. Everyone thought there was no way out until you pulled that super smart strategy out of nowhere.
I missed that bit.
In fact,
I think.
counter-checking is a perfectly common maneuver in the game of chess. Our rival this time was easy to deal with. He was smart, but short-sighted, and sloppy in his execution. This outcome is entirely within my expectation.
Even so, Paimon could never come up with a plan that cunning in a whole lifetime. Anyway, it's kind of a relief to see that Chisato has decided to set the Hiragi clan straight.
Good.
I agree.
Let's repeat it.
Stability in Inazuma benefits me as well. I wasn't about to pass up an opportunity to make less trouble for myself. Well, the fact is that I am first and foremost the Yashiro Commissioner. Perhaps for Master Matsura, power is his life's pursuit.
Master Mozzarella.
But for me, nothing matters more than the stability of Inazuma.
Oh, Master Mozzarella wearing a brown dress.
A stable nation is the prerequisite for a stable Yashiro Commission. Only then can the Kamisato clan and the other Yashiro Commission clans have a peaceful existence.
They like to go on, don't they?
But human desire will always be a factor in the equation. This is not the first situation of its kind, nor will it be the last.
No.
All I have tried to do is make sure the three parties to the Tri-Commission serve to restrain each other. Stasis is not the only form of stability.
Just
A
nodding
balance
off
of
now,
power leaving no room for maneuver achieves the same end.
Sorry, were you still talking? I'm nodding off, you fucking boring bastard. Hurry up.
Another positive outcome is that everyone recognizes how important Lady Hiragi is now. I think I did her a sizable favor in that regard. Dealing with the Hiragi clan will be much easier for her than navigating a new and unfamiliar one.
Right.
There were so many things at play over this one wedding. Wait a second. You weren't trying to stop the wedding from the very beginning, were you?
I thought straight away it was bad timing. Nevertheless, everything I said to Hiragi Chisato was entirely sincere. If you choose to give up your stance on something once, you'll be having to compromise for the rest of your life.
Possibly.
I
Although
didn't want to
sometimes
see her
compromise is
suffer
okay.
because she didn't realize what she was getting into. Now, she has the chance to become her own person. Let's see who she becomes.
Okay then. Guess we'll have to wait and see.
Bye.
All right. Farewell, and profuse thanks to you both.
There we go.
Looks like everything's resolved.
No, I thought he'd gone. A Toma. Oh, a surprise Toma at the end.
Masterfully done. Everything was perfect. Well, except for one minor detail. I somehow ended up with a glass of very peculiar tasting milk.
What?
Didn't you like it? I distinctly remember you saying you are quite partial to exotic flavors.
Oh, my lord.
The Traveler had one of those as well.
I'm sure she's made a great impression on you.
The Traveler did indeed play a critical role in this case. I'm sure both families would have been more guarded against me had she and her companion not been present.
You say it's a hard balance because there are Genshin players who still don't get the idea on the dialogue, even if they tell you multiple times. I don't know if repetition is the thing that helps you to remember it in this context, because it's a narrative and a dialogue and a story, and it's a piece of entertainment. So repetition can be used. Like if you're studying and revising for something like the periodic table, repetition can be used. But in this context, I think it's more about creating moments that help you to remember the concepts more. And what happened here was that the two people stood in a room and did talking at each other. That didn't help you to contextualize any of the talking or to remember anything. It's just the information got dumped in the conversation, and that was the problem, and it is the problem with this sort of thing. And the repeating of it, certainly Paimon restructuring it in a more facile way so that it's more simple to understand. I understand that, but it doesn't have to happen after every sentence and statement. And I think that certainly with, like, if you're talking of cinema, like, people write scripts, you know, but the language of cinema is the visual. So yes, sound is important. yes, the marriage of sound design and, you know, the words, the dialogue, it's absolutely important. But you can create wonderful films with no dialogue. Silent movies existed before films had Dolby surround sound. So the language of cinema is primarily visual, and if you can tell that story in a visual way, in a visual medium, then you're halfway to winning the battle, aren't you? So I think part of the problem here is that there was the balance of this scene and this thing. Not everything that's happened in this side quest, that maybe I started some of it the other day and missed a bit here and there and whatever, and not all the time, but the balance there was they do too much talking, and so it becomes dry and boring, and the information doesn't then settle in your head even if they repeat it. In fact, repeating it makes it more boring, and you're tired and you want to move on, and then, you know, you might lose information that way. So I think by having characters act out those feelings more, there were, because I was able to tell, you know, I don't think she's into the wedding, you know, that general vibe, that sort of stuff, having the domineering character and the talking about the wedding and all this, you know, you get the vibe. So that did work in some scenes, but sometimes they over-explain. There are also people who get the message inside the story and have to deal with the same text sizes. Ayato likes to mess with Thomas drinks as pranks, right? I got the impression they were like, he was maybe flirting with him, and they're not explicitly saying whether he is or he isn't, so I suppose that's open to interpretation, which is fine. Like things like that, you can take more, even if it's a silly bit of dialogue about a drink, like you can probably take more, like I'm saying, it's not about the dialogue, is it, about the drink, it's about the way they interact with each other as characters. So, and again, that's a great example. If you wanted to, like in a film, and this is not a film, this is like a cutscene in a part of a game, so maybe you don't do this all the time, but he could have had the milk, he could have drunk it and gone, ugh, I don't like the, you know, pull the face. Then you don't have to have him say, that tasted funny, because you can see that on his face what it, ugh. Like the joke is that he hides the face from Ayato and goes, oh, that's an interesting flavour. And then the line has some joke, and so it has some context behind it. That's interesting. Interesting becomes an interesting choice of dialogue because he's not saying it's bad, but you know he thinks it's bad. And then your brain, you know, that's simple human interaction, isn't it? That's how it works. So I think we get more out of it if they did more of that. More, and again, I'm saying... I'm amazed that Genshin Impact don't do more of this, because they are a powerhouse and they have animators and artists on the team, and quite a lot we get interesting, well-presented characters delivering dialogue instead of delivering the sentiment of the dialogue in their actions more. So it's an animation problem. Do more animation.
It wouldn't have been so easy to get to the heart of the matter.
There you go again, my lord.
Like,
placing
they
the focus on
repeat
other
this, don't
people
they?
while discreetly performing your job to perfection.
They've got a set, you know, the character models do these things, and so we just do them over and again. Like, we've got like 6 of them. Like, double that number of moves they do easily, just overnight. Increase the amount of expressivity of these character models. Do things with the faces. Yeah, it's a simple thing that brings to life these moments that are just dialogue dumps.
Naturally. Ah, yes. Now that we're both free, let's finish off that game of chess we started a few days ago.
And where is the chess? Refer to the board, let me see it. You know, saying things and showing things, 2 things different, put them together. That was alright though. We got through it. I assume that's it done. 60 primos. Fucking yes, mate. 60 primos. I've got 2 freebies. Don't know if it's in line for anything. Just we'll pop out the freebies. It's a black tassel. It's a raven bow, and I've actually got a question about bows in just a second. We don't want to pump any out at Raiden, do we? We tried a couple of cheeky ones, we didn't get anything, and we're saving up for Hu Tao. 18k, nearly 19k and 2 in the bank with a bit of pity on the card. I think that's okay. In terms of story quests, I've only got 1 left now, story quest, that's all cleared off. This one needs to be unlocked. Perilous Trail, I think it's the Chasm. So I'm going to save this one because I think that when the new thing happens, everyone's going to be like, oh, do you want to do the new thing? Oh, the new thing. And I'm going to be like, I'll do it next week. So I remember everyone wants to do it themselves and then come and watch me do it the week after rather than spoilers. So I might save that for the week that, you know, because it's pushing that part of the area of the quest on, isn't it? So, Sino area, you know, in the world quest in the desert we want to try and take on soon, don't we? Maybe we've got enough on this list. We've got loads. The bows, right? Excuse me, I'm feeling a bit like bunged up in my, like nasally in my speech as well, and you know, I'm not going to sit here snorting and blowing my nose and going, but I'm just feeling a little bit like that at the moment. So excuse me if I sound odd. I'm not. I'm very conscious because we watched that Dark Side Phil, and he does that. He's snorting all the time, like making nasal noises, snorting back. Like I'm not going to be snorting or anything, but I feel a bit. Yeah, talking of bows, right? We've got a new character, Kujo Sara. What weapon? Which weapon is right for her? At the moment, I've just put the rust in her hands. Let's go through them and just have a look. Right, that's rust leveled up because we want to be leveled up. We don't want a rusty one. It picks out with the mask. The reason I've picked it out, it's a very strong bow. It's described as a big, heavy, you know, the strength let alone to lift it, even fire it. She seems like a very strong character, and her poise, the shoulders back poise, like it seems to fit nicely with her there. However, she's an electro. She's got some red accenting on her clothes. There's a lot of red on this bow. And the colour scheme is more of that golden brown, the Favonian gold, brassy tones on the metal, and it's got a yellow sort of shining emblem in it. So all those colours are picked out on her clothing. Maybe not represented as heavily, the browns and stuff, but it does seem to go together, doesn't it? For looks you don't know, but Sarah is like Bennett. She needs the highest base attack. So base attack, and that's a base attack weapon. That is a base attack weapon. Let's look through them now. I want to see, because a new character, a new bow, but what I wanted to mention is that I'm now at the point where my main rust could be refined, because I've got 2 of them, but do I want to have 2 rusts? Because at the moment, Amber's got that rust, so Amber would have to change bows. So, does she want a Favonius Warbow? No. It's got blue on it. She's got no blue on her. Her hair is a dark blue, near black, but she's purpley, red. She's electro. She's got that gold yellow on the tie here, but blue is not a colour that she's rocking. So therefore, the stringless to me is a no. Yeah, like there's just no way she's rocking that. It just doesn't go. The sacrificial bow, also the same world. It's electro, purple, but it's got this light, like neon blue, Bifrost blue. in the handle there, and I don't think it matches, so I'm going to say no to that. Yeah, the prototype crescent, now after looking at all those other bows, looks a little dowdy and a little small in her hands. If the colour scheme's acceptable, matches up nicely with this part of her front of her dress. Colour scheme is fine. She can handle a prototype crescent and I can't complain, but it just looks a little bit small in her hands, doesn't it, and unimpressive compared to some of these things, which is where we come back to rust. All my other bows are lower quality. Level 3. So I'm not giving her that, a level 3. We're going to rank up some level 3s just to see what they're like, because you get so many of them. But I'm not having a, you know, that's not smart or professional enough, and it's not hard-hitting enough, is it? Maybe the Inazuma bow. Do I not? I think I don't have it. Maybe I don't have the Inazuma bow. Is it that I'm missing a 4-star, you see? Maybe that's the answer then. Because I've got 2 rusts, but do I want to refine my rust instead of upgrading a second one? At the moment, it would have to be rust out of all of those bows, and Amber's using it. So maybe Amber changes. Let's have a look at the smithy. I might not have got this yet, you know. Maybe I have, maybe I haven't. Maybe I have, maybe I haven't. At least I know where the fucker is. Come on, start banging your hammer. Why can't I hear you banging your hammer? Oh, he's banging his hammer now. Here he is. Obtain. 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 Not obtain all, just obtain 4 times. Okay, I'll deal with it. I don't think... I've got the prototype crescent. I haven't even got it here greyed out, have I? I've only got the Hakushin ring. My face is in the way. I haven't even got it here greyed out. Maybe I'm yet to discover the recipe for that one. So that's worth thinking about, I suppose. I could still create an Inazuman one. I wonder what that's behind. Do you know? Maybe... yeah, it's probably better to refine. I haven't done it yet because I'm thinking I might refine it, you know. Google up on Firefox Inazuma bow. Purposes, no. After obtaining 3 mysterious conches, not that dude in the box with the boxes. These containers are the source of the blueprint. At the moment, I've got magic beans and bullshit. Chest number 7. It's over there at Tartasuna. Chest number 7. It says there that there's like pity on chest number 7. I've been there and I just thought this is a load of shit. I'm not messing around with this. I would never have... he's over here, isn't he? I would have never have done this enough. Like if it was... I think I've done this 3 times. You know, because you pick up these conches and you might as well just hand them over. Pick a box, but... I think I've done it, and I've, you know, I would never have done this over and over again to the point. Maybe I would have. Maybe I would have inadvertently picked up enough conches to just sort of seal the deal. But you have to pick up the conches around here first. They're like in these little... There's one. And I've already got probably 11. That was a cabbage. And then you're over here and you're spending them. There's 2 mages out the front. They appear sometimes, and that's a bit of a fight just over there. They appear out of nowhere. And then here he is. Takashi's castle. Is there something the matter? I want to do the conches chest. I've got 14, look. So we can do this a load of times. And then there's no... This is just random, isn't it? So just random potatoes.
You give, you receive.
No wonder I don't like doing this. I asked him about the conches. Irrelevant. I can't do it again, look. Why are you collecting the conches? The house looks familiar. Goodbye. Tomorrow again? What, once a day? So I can't just do this. I've got all the conches known to... I've got a big bag of conches. Every day I have to come back here and ask him. And one day he gives me the bow. Well, he doesn't give me the bow, he gives me the plan for the bow, and I have to make my own bow.
I see everything.
Cheeky bugger. Why don't you, can I just say to him, look, here's 14 conches, hand over the plan for the bow. That should be a voice option. I'll show you the mages, because I told you they're here, and they will be here, look. Yang Yang and Genshin Impact. There they are.
I know my soul. Brain cutter. Incoming. Cut to the chase.
Not got the right squad for this, really.
Opening box of Adepti tricks. Go.
Sharing my knowledge.
Sharing my knowledge.
Grow.
Also, if you could die,
Don't blink.
do everyone a favour, and if you could just die. Ah! Stop freezing me, you chopper.
Rain outlines your... Nowhere to hide. Incoming.
Hurt. Actually, picking these things is making me think of my This is something I don't do enough, is going into the teapot, don't I? So it's teapot time, really. I wonder when I was last down here. I hope it's not overflowing with teapot coins. This is something you're supposed to do every day.
This realm...
Nope, not quite overflowing. Take all your mystic ore, please. Thanks very much. I've got 30 left over, so I don't even think there's anything here that I particularly need to be growing. You know? I can't think if any of my characters is like... It used to be Valbreeze, but we got over that.
If you ever...
There we go, look, we've got some Naku weed. Been growing some Naku weed. I don't even know. I'm sure there will be a character that really needs something growing and I'm just planting anything, but it doesn't matter. There you go. Teapot done. That's as much time as I spend down that teapot. That was my knuckles, and I cracked my knuckles. Back to Leeway, because this is like the reason I cracked my knuckles as well. It's still Sunday, isn't it, for a few hours, and this is my home base. I come here more often than not to do crafting and to, like, if I'm doing a domains banger, then I'll come back here and do my crafting and my leveling up with that crafting table there. So let's have a look at who we've got, whether we picked up any books. Clee's at 87. We haven't got quite... We've got enough... 88.
Protocol, where are you?
That's not bad. I'm interested in people ascending as well. We need to bang the Oceanid. She's got everything else, really. I'll be able to craft those, I'm sure. What about you, Faruzan? Everything apart from the henna berries, which are a right nightmare. Going around the desert picking the berries. Layla. You need boss kills. Henna berries might be closer. Candice also needs henna berries, so they'll be fighting over them when we get them. Maybe Kuki is on the way up. Dory should definitely be ascended. Why are you not ascended? Calipalata lotuses. I'm slacking on the grind. That's what's happening there. Slacking on the grind. Dendrobiums. I need to be grinding them as well. Ugh. What about something else? What about your weapons? 90. Why have you got Alliance Raw? What the actual fuck? I've been playing with you, running around, doing stuff. Why have you got Alliance Raw? That's weird. What about this? Can we enhance this? Spectral Hearts, that's not actually... Right, that's not actually a domain thing, that's a enemy thing, isn't it? Maybe I can craft them. Green Spectral Hearts, 7 of 9. Yeah. Green Spectral Hearts, 7 of 9. Oh look, I can craft fucking 40 of them. Okay. Fine. And just on the random there, then, the weapons enhance. I just thought, you know, we'll do some enhancement, do some fixing up of something. It was this one, wasn't it? That's ready to enhance. Hooray! Yeah. Like, this is all just grinding stuff that I do, but it all needs doing, doesn't it? I do actually like the weapons, you know. Again, it's like the artifacts. I think I need to start and do a whole stream on it. It's a bigger thing than I think sometimes, and I tend to come to the end of a stream or an end of a play session and start pumping some resources in, and then get a little tired of it and say that's enough for now. When in actual fact you could probably go a lot deeper on it than I do. And the other thing is, I know it's Sunday and I could probably pick out the domains and my characters. This is the other thing I should be doing, is I should be saying, not artifacts, sorry, talents. I should be picking out who's got what talents need grinding and improving. Need some sealed scrolls apparently, hang on.
What should I try this time?
Show me the sealed scrolls. And show me your talents again, Layla. Level 6. Not too bad, not too shabby. We do need a few more ingenuity, so I could go and bang the domain 4 times, you know, get the ingenuity. The sealed scrolls I will have to still grind up, but everyone should be on at least 6, shouldn't they? And then once they've been ascended up, then we have got... I've got boss droppings. They're not called that, are they? Boss droppings. Makes them sound like little shits. But I've got pieces of boss material stacked up, ready. Go and bang a domain or 2. I'll ascend those things. Yeah, they're lined up for you, love. So everyone's basically at level 7. If not at level 7, we're not far off. And I want them all to be at least 7. And then once we've got the top liners there, and we've got the others chasing it down, I'm going to start pushing. Wet Boy's going to be my first one. He's going to go all the way to level 10. I'm going to leave the others at 7, I'm thinking, and just push one person at a time to level 10. Obviously, I'll still have the ones playing catch-up on the catch-up list, but Wet Boy will be my first level 10, because he was my main character in a way. The one that got us through the most. Been using him the most, I think. And then we'll start, you know, the rest of them will come up as well. Full level 10s with all their talents. We've got quite a... I keep saying it these days, got quite a nice range of characters. It's all going well. It's homework. You could do better to see tutorials on YouTube than learn on stream. Yeah, exactly. There's stuff like that as well, isn't there? That, and to be honest, if it's getting to that level, maybe I don't care that much. You know, maybe it's just about, you know, having as much fun as possible than ending up making it my homework. Because my homework should be other stuff to make the streams better. Like, it's about time and reward, you know, the amount of time I could spend. Like, when we get to this, you know what it's like on this as well, the exponential grind at the end is more work for less reward in this. So, for level 10 I'll need crowns. I reckon I've been earning some and not spending them. I wouldn't know where they are in this bag. But I reckon I've been earning some and not spending them. There, I've got 10. So somebody's going to get level 10. And then after that it'll be a waiting game, I suppose, won't it? I mean, look at all this stuff I've got. It's not huge numbers, but I've got a lot of stuff kicking around. When you consider all these items, these tokens are time spent, aren't they? It's not just boss kills, it's time spent. Like, I've got 8 spirit lockets just kicking around now. I'm still wanting for some things. Certainly filled up my inventory, hasn't it? With 10, only 3 characters can be triple crowned. By the time I get there, I'll have a couple more crowns. But yeah, maybe only my top 3 characters get crowned then. It's alright. It's not such a bad thing. Something to aim for. And it makes those event crowns all the more valuable then, doesn't it?
work-life balance, but
Hooray! What have I got?
this is pushing it.
Show me the events. Did I just get one off here then? No crown for this. Chased your balloons, didn't get a crown. I think there was one in this shop, wasn't there? Yeah, there was a crown in that, so that's alright. No crown for this. I like to do these. I want to do a separate stream doing the full fashion show experience. So let's just bang one of these. What kind of sword did they give her? The Favonian sword? Are you fucking nuts? She's not from... She's from Inazuma. She's from Inazuma.
Cool it. Oh, so sorry.
Switch, please.
You're toast! At the frying pan. Got a dash. Come on out.
Freeze! This man will be frozen.
Smush. Just smush them.
Make my escape. Can't catch me.
Hello. Hi, Jack. Bye, Jack. Ta-da! She is cool, isn't she? I'm glad that we got Sayu. Crowns are like a prestige thing, more than needed. With level 8, you're done with... Yeah, with level 7, I'm done with most, to be honest. I could... what am I doing here? Exit stage. Apart from the Spiral Abyss, there's nothing in the game that I can't do to top level. And the Spiral Abyss, it doesn't bother me that I miss some rewards every month on the Spiral Abyss, to be honest. Like, I'm pushing as hard as I want to push on Genshin Impact. And any further than... Eventually, my characters will topline the Spiral Abyss, won't they? Eventually they will. But... Thank you. I usually get to level 10. And I leave levels 11 and 12 on the table. And I don't really care. It's alright. So that's the only thing in the game that's out of reach that would be there if I got stronger and more powerful, I guess. And I will, you know, eventually I will want to make all my characters as good as possible. It's fun to do that. I'm not saying that I just don't care at all. I've took these to level 90 for Christ's sake, you know. But yeah, like in terms of my life and how much time I want to keep grinding and pushing, and I do my dailies. I come on stream at the weekends. I do all this story stuff. Like there's enough content for me here to not want to push any harder. And if it comes, it comes. And if not, like I'll wait or whatever. I don't know. We did a bit of pushing, didn't we? Throughout the playthrough, when I got Sayu, I was about here, and I got Sayu, and I was like, I want the crystal marrow. And the crystal marrow was in Inazuma, and I had to push hard to get through here to complete the story so I could go to Inazuma. That was like my target and my goal, and I kind of rushed a bit of this to get there, and then I slowed down and just chilled out after that. But other than that, like, I don't have to push hard on this game, and I don't think anyone should feel like it's not about having to push hard, is it? Like if I was playing World of Warcraft and we were in a raiding group and there were other people to compare to, and you had for the other game that I could compare this to, because there is a trading card game in here as well, isn't there? And I don't feel I have to push that anymore. That first weekend I really wanted to push it, and I realised you'll just run out of content quicker, so just chill. Hearthstone, you know, when I play Hearthstone, I'm on the ladder and I'm not wasting my time just to mess about and have fun. I'm competitively playing a game, and like it's that having the other people involved, isn't it? Like if we were doing World of Warcraft, I would feel that I'd have to push. But yeah, I don't want to have to push here. I don't like being pushed about, and I don't like having to push too hard. This is fine. Like that, today's stream was a great example of it. We had a great relax, chill. That's a philism. But, you know, a much more fun time not pushing, not making it stressful. It's not supposed to be. It's for relaxation. Like, you got to be able to take a step back sometimes and realise why we're playing games in the first place. And even when they're competitive, like, it's like, you know, professional footballers, and they take it really seriously and they train really hard, and, you know, every game matters. Every minute of every game matters, and you work really. But at the end of the day, you've got to step back sometimes and say, wow, I'm lucky. I'm playing football for a living. It's fun. When I was a kid, I enjoyed playing football. And now I'm an adult and I'm playing it. I'm not a professional footballer, but, you know, it's a similar thing here, isn't it? You have to do Golden Slumber this week at my piece. I don't know what that means exactly. You mean you have to do some of these quests at your pace? I think that's fine. It's just a typo, isn't it? I do know what you mean. Even with a slight typo, it's fine. Yeah, at your pace. Yeah, that's it. It's a pace. It's not forcing you. Do it at your pace. That's what's enjoyment about it. And it doesn't, like, you know, what's interesting is that this is a gacha game, and this thing, the FOMO, the chasing the primos, you know, you'd imagine that we're talking about a game where you would imagine that it was compelling you to play at an accelerated pace, so you felt you were falling behind, so you had to spend money. But I've just spent 20 minutes describing how Genshin Impact is not like that, despite being known as the biggest gacha game in the world. It's funny because I think because they do such a good job on every aspect, including the game. Like earlier we were talking about those mobile phone games that happen to be gacha games as well, that was, you know, a rhythm game or whatever, that didn't seem to be as deep as this. I think because they do such a good job on all the aspects, they don't need to push and force and drag. Some people just choose to spend a lot of money. I think that's what it's more like. You want to do it for entry on the new zone, but you've got no rush. You'll eventually do it. That's, yeah. And I've got an added thing here, is that as a streamer, I used to think that it would be important that I do the most up-to-date Genshin content on the day it comes out. I need to be the first one on there. But I realised, certainly as well because of time zones, if I want to, when this new content drops, whatever it is on Genshin, every time, it's 2 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning for me. So I either start my stream at 4 in the morning, or I just accept that the people that are really dedicated to that early doors aspect of it, because it's ongoing. It's not like the new game, like Elden Ring dropped and I'm playing it on day one. It's that I'm spoiling content for people that are enveloped and invested in the content. If you like Genshin Impact playing it, then you're not on day one when the thing drops, you want to play it and you don't want to see someone else spoil the story for you. So actually I've got this added, it's beneficial in a way to me. The way I look at it is that it forces me to slow down and not, you know, try and overdo it. But I might be wrong. You know, other streamers might see a benefit from being the first one to do everything. You know, straight up first video on YouTube of the new card game and all that. But I feel like people, I haven't got loads of people in my stream, so I'm not a great representative, but I feel like people can get a lot out of enjoying it themselves and then just watching it through when I do it as a secondary, you know. And it, for me, it makes me much more relaxed when I'm playing it as well. I don't have to worry and stress. So streaming actually helps me to be less stressed about it. It's a good way to think about it, I think. I wonder what my details are on these. On my history. I wonder if I'm due something nice here. Look, no, sacrificial sword there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and maybe the 2 we did today. 5, 6. I'm not spending wishes there, am I? And what about here? Stringless and 1, 2. Yeah, I'm not spending money for wishes here. I couldn't expect anything. Like, if it was one off, I might just pump one more wish and just get something. But I'm even chilled on. You see, I'm even chilled on the saving up the primos and stuff. It's worked out quite well, saving them up and not pumping them in there.
Come on, enough procrastinating. Let's go.
She says after I was describing how chilled it all is, and then the characters are always going on at you to hurry up. Have I got any of these that I can exchange? Oh, look. These are up for grabs again, so we can do some more wishes, and we probably will get something. Wow, that was nice. That was a bonus. I've got 7 in the can now there, and I've got 5 here. It feels quite generous. Like after everything I just described then, if I was feeling the need for speed and I, want to just do some pulls at the end and I was going to maybe put some money in, don't listen to me on this one, MiHoYo. Keep being generous. I wasn't going to put any money in. But if I did, if I felt that... Wait, where's my Genshin Impact money spent? Where's that gone? It's a bit weird. There. None. But if I was feeling it, now I've got the 3 wishes. What's it gonna give me? And when's it gonna give me? And is it gonna give me? No, here we go. Da 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 da. Suppose it's okay. It's Constellation. Would rather have seen something that I don't already have, but it's becoming more and more the case that I've got more stuff. So, like, it's more. I was expecting maybe something that I already have because I've now got in balance more stuff than I don't have. So I think it's more likely that I'll start seeing things I do have in multiples. So that's okay. It's not awful. It's Barbara. It's not awful. She's not one of my mains. And she's not even leveled up to top rank at the moment. But now maybe she should be. She's 50 of 60.
I wonder when I'll be as tall as my big sister.
Yeah, don't rub it in, Barbara. I would have rather have got Jean, yes, but... Now what happens? Gleeful Songs. She regenerates 1 energy every 10 seconds. It's a slightly better Barbara. Enjoy it. It counts as a win. It does. Counts as a win. So what do we do today? I've got to go tomorrow when I'm feeling better. I treat it as a daytime admin thing, doing things like this. But when I'm feeling better tomorrow, in the daytime admin, I've got to prepare the episode of Thus. Try and either, on the fly, think of a better idea than what we were going to do. Because what we were going to do is play Pressure Washer Simulator. We certainly still could. It's a co-op gaming experience. We certainly still could. It's a laid-back stream next week. I'm not paying Steve to do a report or anything. It's a chill one, so I might just be doing this tomorrow. We certainly could. Or if I can think of something different in that time, alright, I see. It's an infinite energy recharge. Yeah. Even staying still, she will charge her burst. That's pretty fucking good, actually, isn't it? Like, when you think about it like that, plus the amount of times that you charge it up when you're attacking, she's going to be having that burst overflowing. She's going to be all overflowing with juices. Burst juices. A bit like Power Washer. Maybe we'll have fun on Power Washer. I worry about it not being enough of a premise as a stream. We're going to play this game. And what? Right, I think, I worry about it, but yeah, you're going to go to sleep and I'm going to, through anxiety, I'm going to talk about what I'm worried about doing tomorrow at the end of the stream, which is what I tend to do, isn't it? At the end of streams. It's called shilling for myself, but it's also part of anxiety. I recognise it now these days more, that I do this shilling for myself, like as an anxiety response to what's happening coming up and feeling anxious. Like, honestly, I don't feel anxious to turn on the stream and just start talking and do streaming. It's okay. It's quite fun. But with things like this, with the idea of like the serious progression, I want it to be good, and I feel anxious that it might not be as good as I hope it to be. So before I switch on Go on Thus, I always feel anxious. A bit like I'm about to go on stage and start singing in front of people. Always feel anxious for that, if I'm honest. So I've got to get used to that. But yeah, we're doing that tomorrow. And the other thing that I'm doing is I am buying, not these, not that. What happened to the sushi? I'm going to be buying some plastic sushi. And then if we make it on stream and it goes well, we might even buy a 3D printer this year. It sounds like an extraordinary waste of money and time in some aspects, but it could also be a really cool content idea in others. So we might end, you never know, we might even end up printing one of these. Like, that could happen, couldn't it? Like, I could actually talking about that, if I could print my own Genshin Impact characters, then we'd be talking, wouldn't we? So you never know, I might have a career out of it yet. That's what I'm doing tomorrow, and that concludes our stream, I guess. I don't feel like switching off. I never feel like just switching off, but it does in logical brain pattern. You're ready for bed. We've done 2.5 hours. We did some good Genshin Impact stuff. We had a look at some interesting stuff on the internet that I might or might not be able to make into a Ganji cut. Don't know what the title of that one will be. And have I even got a thumbnail for that? It doesn't want to be Stan Lee, does it? It wants to be one of the other ones. It wants to be one of these chuffers. Thumbnail for that. Wait, she's on black background. I want her on white background if I can. The bigger she is and the more on the background. Oh, I can even move my face in like this, look. Thumbnail me up. Make it easy for myself when I'm trying to find it in the edit. It's right at the end. I'll find it easy. I thought if I stay there for longer, it'll be a longer thing for me to be able to find in the edit. I'm just being stupid now. So you be good, my little pukas, and thanks for being here as always. I used to always sign off with if you can't be good, you're naughty, but I feel like I should be more grateful. Just sign off with thank yous and platitudes. But yeah, if you can't be good, you are naughty. So it does count.